Come on. Hello. Sorry, I just got back from doing all my errands. I had a lot of errands to do. Crack cocaine. That's my response to that. Is that the correct response? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win the game of correct responses, possibly? All right, let's see here. What? Sure, why not? We'll have one of these. We'll have one of these. Focus, camera. Do your goddamn job. You're expensive. Camera, I swear to God. Or whatever deity you pray to. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. Look at us. Figuring technology out. Me, the most technologically incapable person of doing shit, is figuring shit out. What am I doing? There we go. Hello, what's up? You want a beer, Tom? You could have a beer. You could just gotta come get one. This is what almost the entirety of my fridge is now. This is what I spent all of my food money on because I'm not super hungry. But beer is a food. So we're gonna do that instead. All right, Tom. I'll blow up the air mattress. It'll be a fun time. It's about to be winter here, apparently, according to the news. It's a big thing. It isn't a Labatt's Blue. I do like Labatt's Blue, actually. I like it more than Molson. I like it a lot more than Molson. I will say that. For those who also didn't know, make sure you... Good. Bring your winter coat. Bring your flashiest winter coat. So that way when we go down to the bar, you can be like me and everyone can ask you about your coat all the time. So I had this recommended to me. And it's not the greatest. I'm not a fan, to be honest. It's very bitter. Like an IPA, but it's an Oktoberfest beer. So yeah. It's not very malty or anything like that. It's just bitter. So I don't know if it wasn't like stored right or something, but I'm not a fan. But since I don't waste anything, I'm going to drink it. I got to fucking drink it. I'm not going to pour it out. Okay. I did buy some food while I was out, though. I was in Target, and I pissed off some lady at Target because that's where I got to go to get the non-dairy milk that I like, because Target's the only place that has it. I don't even know how much calories this is, because for some reason they don't need to tell you what's in it or how fat it'll make you on alcohol in the United States. So, which is dumb. I like when like companies put how many calories and like what ingredients they have on their shit for booze, but that rarely happens here in America because it's not required by law on alcohol. So, yeah, which is awful. So I don't know how much calories a beer is, but I assume it's probably a lot because bread is a lot, and beer is essentially liquid bread. So Yeah, this one's not good. Hopefully the other ones are better. To be fair, this is an American Oktoberfest beer. I did get some German ones. We're gonna try maybe some German ones after this. And so, anyways, back to what I was saying. We got all off topic. I'm all flustered because I haven't done fucking jack shit today other than exercise. All I fucking did was just exercise until my whole body hurts. But I was in Target and I was going to buy the milk, the non-dairy milk that I like, and Target is fucking packed. I went to the one that I knew was going to be fucking packed because it was on my way to the liquor store. That was the ultimate end goal, was the liquor store. But I was like, I got to get milk for my protein shakes and stuff. So I went in there into Target. Line for like the checkouts is like around the fucking corner. And this store is always crazy busy on the weekends. And because for some reason, people that go to Target have nowhere fucking else to be. Okay. I'm sure some of you that have ever been into a Target know that people in Target have nowhere fucking else to be in their entire life. And they also bring their whole fucking families because they also have nowhere else to be. So there's a fuck ton of people walking really fucking slow in this Target. And I was like under my breath. I thought it was in my head, but I do this a lot actually. And I was like under my breath. I said, wow, all these fucking people must have nowhere to fucking be because they brought their entire fucking families here and they're all walking slow. As I'm like passing this group of fucking 6 fucking people that have one cart because they're all a family. And the lady goes, you know, maybe you shouldn't try to swear in public. I about came unglued. I just glared at her and fucking chucked it right over to the fucking self-checkout where I waited in line for 35 minutes to use one of the 4 self-checkout registers that Target has in this incredibly fucking busy store. They only have 4 fucking self-checkouts. And waited there for 35 minutes to buy my milk. And then the liquor store was like other side of the parking lot, basically, from Target. And I go in there and there's like nobody in there. Great. Fucking go right back. I was looking at the rum for a little while and I was like, I don't know, I don't need any hard booze probably. And I went and I looked in the Canadian whiskey section and then I looked in the American whiskey section and I went to the gin section. Then it started to get busy and then I was like, I'll just buy beer. I'll just buy more beer because it's cheap. And so I went and I was looking at all the Oktoberfest beers that I hadn't bought yet because I bought like 4 kinds yesterday. So I bought 4 kinds today. And so my fridge is just literally full bottom to top with beer essentially. And then I bought some salmon when I was at Target too, I guess, when I was buying the milk. So, but yeah, no, they had all the registers open. This Target has 6 check lanes and then it has 4 self-checkouts and all of them are open. The store is just crazy busy on the weekends for no fucking reason. So, how's life? You know, sad and lonely, but isn't that like how it is for everybody? So, but I have my good friend Beer here, and beer is one of the closest things I have to family. So, but yeah, I bought some salmon and I bought some milk for my protein shakes for when I am gonna have protein shakes in the morning because that's like what's been sustaining my life essence for the last 2 weeks. So, because I don't eat very much food still, but that's okay. I'm eating something at least. So, 6 days sober. Is that like for a good reason, or are you just doing it cause? Like, do you need to get sober, Thomas, or are you just doing it because it makes you feel better to be sober, or you just don't want to spend the money, or is it just a life change, or do you need to like get sober? Is I guess what I'm trying to ask. Because I mean, if you need to get sober because it's bad for you and you're a bad person when you drink, then I mean, good on you, man. Good on you for getting sober and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're just doing it for money reasons and stuff, like, all right. 25. Well, Merry Birthmas to you. It's also Kong's birthday today. For those of you who don't know, it's Kong's birthday as well. So, but Merry Birthmas to you. 25 years old. What'd you do for your 25th birthday? I don't know what time zone you're in, and it could have just started, so I have no idea. A little bit of both. Okay, fair, fair. I get it. Alcohol is kind of pricey, so I probably shouldn't buy as much. I don't drink all that much though, so I don't really have a problem when I drink. And when I do drink, I just get to be a really happy, really friendly person. I'm the person that you want to be drunk. Oh, to be 25 again. It seems like for me it was only 3 years ago. There you go. What kind of beer were you drinking? Hopefully not this terrible fucking garbage. Breckenridge should be upset. Bar hop. There you go. Bars are always good. I gotta go get down to the bar and say hello. They always worry about me because I just show up periodically from time to time. Always like by myself. So they're always worried about me because I always come down there and I always say I would like 2 beers and one mixed drink and then cut me off, and then I always leave a big tip and I walk home. And I don't talk to many people when I'm down there at the bar. But like, the waitresses, they're always nice to me. They know what I want. They know because I order the same thing every time. I'm like, I would like 2 Miller High Lifes and I would like a rum and Coke, please. Thank you. And they will see me walk in and they'll just start making it because they'll just get all the stuff because I get the same thing every time when I'm there. So which is really nice that they care about me that much and they just remember me even though I'm only in there, a couple times a year, that they remember who I am. But I should get back down there and see if they've hired anybody new and say hello. So yeah, I don't go to the bar much for much of a reason. I usually am just going down there to like have dinner because I don't want to cook. And usually in the summer when it's like a billion fucking degrees here, because the bar that I brought Kong there when he came to visit me, and we went there a couple times. It's a my city's very expensive to live in. There's a lot of bars that are very expensive. The drinks are, $12, $14 each. A beer is like $8. But this place is a little kind of country bar right off the highway, kind of right on the edge of suburbia where it's turning into cornfields. And it's a couple miles away from my place. And so I'll walk down there. And you get a burger and some fries for like $8, and you get beers are $4, and a mixed drink is $6, and so you spend 20 fucking dollars for 3 drinks and a meal, and I usually leave like a $20 tip, and you go home. So because I always you should treat people that handle your food and stuff well. So and that's I'm always been a very very generous tipper because having worked in the retail industry and stuff like that, those people aren't doing well and they could use the money. So the last time I went down there was on my birthday, and I left a $140 tip for the 2 waitresses that were there. So, and they gave me a free beer. It was nice. So, it was a very nice time. I was sitting next to some other guy who was there for his birthday, but he was like 70. So me and him were like talking about shit all the time, and I was making friends. I make pretty good friends real easy when I drink because I'm a friendly person when I drink. So, and I was talking to the one young new bartender there about college because she's going to college, off to be like an ultrasound technician or something like that. And I was like, okay, that'll be fine. She was teaching me all about ultrasound technician stuff. And I learned a lot about ultrasound technician stuff, which is kind of cool. I like doing that. When somebody has like a passion, they're really, really like passionate about, even if I'm not passionate about it, I like to like learn about it still and hear them be passionate about it, you know? Because it's cool. I like that when people are passionate about their stuff. It's good to show that they have interest in stuff. How much is a fucking beer in Norway, Tom? Like at a bar? Like how much do you pay for a fucking beer? I bet it's like fucking. I always hear that those like Scandinavian countries though, that it's fucking horrendously expensive for booze up there. But like you were telling me that you got like a bottle of wine, which I could get the same bottle of wine here and it's about the same price. But like considering the fact that it has to go way farther to get here, actually $9 to $12. Holy fuck. That's a lot of goddamn money for a beer. Beer's mostly water anyways. Holy shit. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Beer is mostly fucking water. Gillette Stadium. Where's Gillette Stadium at? Are you talking like... That's fair. €2. Bam. And it's good to... I mean, fuck yeah. I'm all for it. I am all for it. That sounds about right. Like the go-to here is like you can get one beer at a bar for like two here. So, which isn't so bad. So, but for me it's always bad when I go to the bar because I actually have quite a few people that I work with that um are bartenders like during the night and then they have like their day job, you know. And so I have a lot of friends who are bartenders in the city and they would just have me try shit and stuff like that. There's a couple days where like my friends work and I'll be the only one in the bar and they'll be there. And so one of my friends, Simon, he's a bartender downtown at one of the big college bars. But when college isn't in session, there's like 2 days a week where he works where there's like two regulars that come in and nobody else is there. So he just watches TV and sits behind the bar. And he made me a drink that he invented called the Hentai, which is a Mai Tai, but it's made with Hennessy. And he calls it the Hentai, which is funny. And it was actually a really fucking good drink. He made a really fucking good drink out of that. And he didn't even charge me for it. He's just like, I want you to try this. He's like, I've been working on it for a while now, trying to get people to buy it. And they actually ended up putting it on the menu, I think, because it got so popular because he's like, he perfected his like mix and got it all worked. Yeah, and he called it the Hentai because it's a Mai Tai made with Hennessy. And it was actually really, really fucking good. It was a really, really good drink. But he put a lot of like heart and soul into that drink. So, but he's one of those people that actually went to like bartending school. There's like he has like a certificate and everything because he went to like bartending school, and that's a drink that like he made. It's got a little bit different ratios. Oh, Caesar salad's here. Hello, we're having beer. Gillette Stadium. Eesh, the Patriots. Yuck. Yeah, it's not. This isn't the best one. So, like this beer, Breckenridge Oktoberfest, real bitter. Not a fan. Not a fan. Hopefully, Germany does Oktoberfest beers a little better. That's what I'm hoping, anyways. So, and if I get hungry after I start to drink, I have vegan chicken nuggets and vegan hamburger because I bought a bunch of vegan stuff or salmon. And I don't know how I'm gonna move this whole setup over to the kitchen if I ever get hungry. Is that cord line? Yeah, it might be doable. Maybe we could maybe do that. I just have to fucking lift the monitor up. But we'll see what beer number 2 makes me feel like. Because I got to try to stay up. That's the whole point of these streams. I got to try to be awake to get my sleep schedule back to normal. Because, like, I went to bed last night at like 8, And my body's like, all right, it's 12:45, wake up. And I did. I got up at 12:45 a.m. and didn't do much. I sat in bed and I watched YouTube, checked my email, rolled over, tried to go back to sleep, couldn't do that, rolled back over. Did a bunch of stuff. Finally got up, went outside, stood on my balcony and just judged the world. Replied back to all my degenerate friends that are awake at midnight. K31, all right. Did you get like a World War II dated one, a pre-war one, a post-war one? Anything fancy? Did it have the troop tag in it? K31's a fucking great rifle. Great rifle. We're going to have this one now. This one's from Germany. I don't know if it's good or not. I've never had it. We're going to try it. My overbuilt fucking... It smells good. Sling! Yeah, a lot of them come with sling. But you got the troop tag in it. All right. And it's a 42. All right. That's when they really started to fucking suck. So hopefully you got an early 42 one. Because, yeah, in like 42 to like 44, they were trying to crank those things out so fucking much that the Swiss actually sacrificed on fit and finish a little bit. So this beer kind of smells like ham. Like a smoked ham. I don't know why. I don't know if that's something that this one's kind of like known for, but it smells like a smoked ham. All right. I actually like that one. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty damn good. I'd buy that again. I'd buy that for $2. I'd buy that for $1. Oh, where it has the hobnail grinding. A lot of those wartime K31s have the fucking hobnail scuff marks. Because during drill and parade, the Swiss had hobnail boots until the 60s. That had the big hobnails that would wrap around the edge of the sole and it would chew up the fucking stocks. Kind of smoke. It just smells like a smoked ham. I don't know why. Does it say anything about it back? Quality and heritage brewed with uncompromising standards that strictly adhere. I'm not going to try to say that German word using only 4 ingredients. Water, hops, yeast, and malt. For nearly 400 years. Made in Munich. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good beer, actually. It smells like a smoked ham, which I kind of like. I do kind of like that for some reason. It doesn't taste like smoked ham. It does smell like smoked ham. No idea why. But I kind of like it. That might just be me. Kind of don't know why. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. Finally caught a stream. Thanks. I'm glad I could finally make it work out for you. I don't know. I don't know, John. It smells like fucking smoked ham. Okay? I don't know what wood you normally fucking smoke a ham with. Okay? It smells like that. Like you go to the fucking grocery store and you buy a fucking Hormel smoked fucking ham. That's what it smells like. All right? I don't know what kind of fucking wood it smells like. It smells like smoked ham. Steamed hams. Ish. Is that a thing? Who's out there steaming their hams? Gross. It is very smoked ham smelling, though. This beer is. I kind of like that, though. I don't know why. I kind of like it. And it's in a weird bottle. I don't know if this is like what beer bottles look like in Europe, but like it's in a weird bottle for North America. Bam! Steamed hams. It's a joke from The Simpsons. There's a lot of jokes from The Simpsons. Oh, God, that show's been on for so long. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the British do exist. I mean, they've got cuisine that's all about like boiling shit in a bag and like putting beans on toast. That seems like something they would do. Beans on toast. That's a fucking meal in the UK. Beans on toast. It's not bad actually, but it's not great. Beans on toast is nothing to like. No walnut, I don't think. And walnut isn't a wood that you use to like smoke with. You're normally using like oak or hickory or some kind of fruit wood. Good evening, Jake. We're drinking a German Oktoberfest beer that smells like ham. Don't know why. It smells like ham. Kind of nice. If your beer smells like ham, I think most people would be kind of off put by that, but I actually kind of like it. It's very pleasant, actually, the kind of ham smell. And then we were talking about ways to like cook a ham, and somebody said steamed hams, and I'm like, that's probably what they do in England, you know, while they have their beans on toast and shit like that, you know. That sounds like something they would do. Ooh, Hammenbieren. You're right. Good old fucking Hammenbieren. British baked beans are good. Baked beans in general are delicious. They're rich in protein. They're kind of sweet. Hey, if you've ever been poor enough to have a bread sandwich where you take like 2 pieces of white bread and you put a piece of wheat bread between 2 pieces of white bread, definitely done that before. I've been that fucking poor before where you have a bread sandwich. I've been that poor and unappreciated before. Damn, that sounds pretty good actually. I'd eat that. Chickens will eat anything though. They're weird. I've seen them eat food out of their own shit. Like food their body couldn't like process, and then they poop out and then they eat it again. Because chickens. Mayo's a pretty good sandwich. A mayo sandwich, ketchup sandwich. Yeah, I grew up. There was a time where we were so poor when I was a kid that almost every day for that year, and it's still food that I won't eat basically. Um, it's I remember having like Kraft macaroni and cheese like out of the box because you could get it in like a big 32 pack bulk. Um, almost every day for a year, eating fucking Kraft macaroni and cheese. That we didn't have milk, so we made it with water and a piece of white bread. That was like what I would get half a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner and a slice of white bread for like half a year. That was my diet for like half a year, and I still like to this day don't eat ketchup. I don't eat Kraft macaroni and cheese, and I don't buy white bread. Because I just cannot after being poor for so long. That was like the 3 foods in my diet when I was like 7 fucking years old. It was literally like 6 or 7 months where every day I would get a piece of white bread and half a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Every single day, that was my fucking food. And I still will not eat it. Well, it was like super poor. We were like super poor, Tom. A lot of people don't know this, but like I grew up heinously poor. Like without running water and like without power and shit. Like heinously poor. And it affected me a lot. I don't like to throw stuff away. I don't do a lot of stuff because I grew up so fucking poor, and I make sure to like check on people. Growing up super poor imbued this thing on me where like I would rather go without and make sure somebody else is okay because I now know how long I can go without growing up that fucking poor to make sure other people are okay. And I go out of my way all the time to just check up on people if there's anything I can do to help them, because when I was growing up, I fucking desperately wished every fucking day somebody would ask and check up on me if I was okay, and nobody ever did. So I go out of my way to be the person that I wish I had as a child growing up heinously poor and like abused all the time. So chocolate spread on sausage rolls. Yuck! That's disgusting. I agree. Humble bragging. It's not humble. It's sad, Tom. It's incredibly sad. And I wish people didn't have to live like that. And I am appalled that in this day and age, when there's more money than fucking ever, that people still go without. That's appalling to me, which is probably part of the reason why I'm pretty communist, because I think people should like take care of each other. So, because it would solve a lot of problems, a lot of little problems. Like if you have fucking extra leftovers, fuck, like all the time. Like when I was working for the bread company, I would just take bread out of the dumpster every day and I'd leave a box down in the mail room, and every fucking day it would be empty because people would be taking it because it's perfectly good bread. And rather than it going into the fucking landfill, these people were eating it because I knew the people that live in my building, because I live in the ghetto, are poor. So I just did that because it's better than, for one, it's better for the environment because I care about the environment. It's better than throwing it away. And we pull bread a week before it expires. So it's all perfectly good bread. I mean, I get that whole like salty sweet thing. It's like when you make, sausage in the morning and you put maple syrup on it. I get it. That it probably would be good, Jake Brown. But we don't sell sausage rolls here in America because we hate the British for some reason. And Nutella, I'm not a big fan of Nutella actually because I don't like hazelnuts. So I'm happy, John. Thank you, man. I appreciate your donation. Yeah, and so I physically go out of my way all the time now to like check up on people because it's the right fucking thing to do. And there's so many people that are on the fucking edge and holding it together, and you'd be surprised a world of difference it could do for that person just checking up on them. So there's a lot more fucking people than people realize that are walking this fucking razor edge. And sometimes, the saying the wrong thing can push somebody over that razor edge, but offering somebody just a little bit of help can make their whole fucking day. So, well, so living in my city, there's a lot of homeless people, but there's a lot of also homeless people that are pretenders. And you can pick out which ones are pretenders and which ones aren't, because for one, you see the pretender people all the time, and they're never out there when it's raining, and they're never out there when it's snowing. But like, there was one guy last winter that was out there begging, and it was negative 40 fucking degrees outside. And I gave that man money because he's not fucking pretending he fucking needs help if he's out there and it's negative 40 fucking degrees. You know what I mean? A fucking Greg sausage roll. I could actually go for a Greg sausage roll. I'll have to settle for ham and beer. And it smells so much like ham. I don't know why. Maybe this beer is like actually really bad and I'm going to be very sick later because it smells like ham, but like, yeah, there's a couple people that are very known like lot lizard people where all they do is fucking beg and they make a shit ton of money doing it, and they've like had a lot of time to like perfect that art over the years that they've been doing it, and you could tell that they're not fucking homeless. So and I'm usually the person that rather than giving people money, I usually have my car all the time. I have like a bag for those people that has like a couple bottles of water, a roll of toilet paper, some granola bars, you know, um, like feminine hygiene products like tampons and like pads and stuff. A couple of those little like travel things like Tylenol and shit. Right? I'd rather give somebody one of those rather than money so they can't like fuel their drug habit and stuff. So sure. Sure, why not, Jake? Why the heck not? Why not? So but like yeah, so I just keep those in my car because I know what it's like to be desperately hungry and stuff like that. So exactly. And like if they don't want it, like whatever, but you know, it's I'm a big fan of the fact that it's, you know, you give people water and granola bars and some other shit, you know, it's most people are pretty fucking happy to have that shit that are actually desperate. So, but the people that just want money are usually trying to fuel the drug habit. So, well, the Russians actually have his skull, and it was confirmed via dental records. So, he's dead. The Russians have his skull, and it was confirmed via dental records a couple years ago. So, he's dead. DED dead. Because Hitler had some very unique bridge work done. So, that'd be pretty hard to replicate or fake. So, because Hitler, much like me, grew up heinously poor and he has absolutely horrible teeth. Beyond horrible, terrible teeth. So, which is, it's, show you how poor I grew up. One of my life dreams is to actually get all of my fucking teeth knocked out and just get implants. So I never have to fucking worry about my teeth anymore, like hurting and shit. Life dream of mine. That's like way high at the top of my list. Like everyone's like, I want to be president or I want to do this or that. I'm like, I'd love to not have my fucking teeth hurt. That's fucking tip top of the list pretty much is fucking like that. So the Soviets disappeared a lot of people from existence. More than Hitler ever did, actually. So more than Hitler ever did. But yet Hitler's the bad guy. So at least he wasn't killing his own people. Dental hygiene is very important to me too. I'm running that razor's edge of shit. My teeth are so fucked up from being so poor for so long when I was growing up. I mean, neither are the US's photos and anything. You know, anybody could do whatever they want now. They could doctor anything up, do whatever the hell they want. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's just one of those fucking things where you get. I'm always, no matter who's telling me it or what I'm being shown, especially if it's the government, I'm always critical of what they're showing me or what they're telling me, especially the news and stuff. It is their Oktoberfest beer, and it smells like ham. Don't know why. I kind of like it, but like I said, it smells like ham. Exactly. I take everything pretty much with a grain of salt now because of the media is just nightmare fuel, and I hate it. It's just weaponizing information and people against each other, which as a communist I don't like. I like everyone to get along and work together for the greater good of your neighbors and your friends and your family and stuff. So but I know being a communist is very frowned upon, but I don't want the US government or any government to be communist. I'm communist and like, hey, get together with your neighbors, plant a garden, share your crops at the end of the year, check up on each other, sign for their fucking packages and then put it in their house for them, stuff like that. So that's how I feel about like communism. I don't want it. I don't want to fucking paint the moon pink and put a giant Lenin face on it. I'm not one of those communists. I'm like, fucking help your fucking neighbors out. Check up on your friends. Wave to people in your neighborhood. That I'm that kind of communist. So, I'm not out there fucking flying the hammer and sickle on my fucking flagpole or anything. Okay? I'm just like, hey, neighbor, if you ever need anything, fucking come to me first. Yeah, you could borrow my lawnmower. Yeah, you can come over for dinner one night. Sure, why not? Yeah, you need me. You're expecting some, packages and stuff while you're, going on vacation. Hell yeah, I'll go take them off your doorstep when they're delivered and put them in my place so nobody steals them. Why not? So, yeah, but that's communist here. That's communism here in North America. If the commies invaded, depends on which commies. Because there's very different kinds of communism. I'm just saying. Very different kinds of communism. But like, I'm pretty communist. I'm in a weird spot here in America politically because I feel very strongly about a lot of things that people are very opposed to. Oh, now I got Jake's here, and I didn't go buy speakers today because I went to the liquor store.
How you doing? You all right?
So I could hear him, and he could scold me for buying beer instead of computer stuff.
It's fine. I've got champagne with me today. Go on, Devin, get it in.
Yep. Well, it's under my table and there's no light down there, so it's like
yeah, it's fine. I've got champagne today, so
there you go. See there. Oh, you even got the fancy glass for it.
Yeah.
That.
Chin chin.
Your nice coupe glass. It's not a champagne flute, you heathen. But
they're a wedding present, so I might as well use them.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you got all that fancy crap for your wedding. Jeez. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
I told you when it happened, but like, congratulations again.
Yeah, no, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I found something fun on eBay today. So
oh, did you now?
So hopefully this will show up.
Is it like a Russian helicopter? I saw one of those on eBay.
Yes, it was Abdul was selling it. Yes,
an M24 Hind. All right.
I don't know if it will show.
As long as I could read it, that's fine.
There you go.
Battle Dress Trousers 28. Damn, it's a little bit small, but
they're 49, Pat.
Yeah.
He says they're dated 1944.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a biro, but
Yeah, you get a lot of those people. Like, there's tons of people that jip people here in North America too when they sell the Canadian pattern 49 as
yeah,
World War II
yeah,
pattern.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they're like, it's World War II because the World War II ones are like $500,
mm.
and the 49 pattern ones are like $40
Yeah. Because I was looking at it and I was just like, well, the 1944 looks newer than the rest of the stamp. What's and it
because they
just doesn't
stamped
look
over
right.
it.
Yeah, it looks like the 1944 looks slightly, and the code itself. So the where it says the B, that means 1950-51. So which is above the War
Did you
Department.
tell him that he should quit jipping people? I've sent a couple
No,
messages to people like that.
I just put it on the fakes and forgeries Facebook page. So I was like, fuck it.
Good. Fuck those people that are trying to do shit like that.
Yeah,
Taking advantage of the new collectors and shit like that.
but it's like people trying to sell like the Belgian Parasmocks for like 300 to 400 quid, saying they're like World War II ones. I'm like, I'm not a fucking moron.
They're Belgian.
Yeah, they're nice smocks, but they're not worth that much. I got mine for like 25 quid. Like,
I don't even own one.
yeah, they are going up in price, but they're not worth several hundred quid.
No, they're not.
They're really not.
It's a cotton jacket. All right. Like,
Yeah.
in the end, it's a cotton jacket.
Yeah. I know. How you
Well,
been
you
anyway?
don't even want to buy a Russian Adrian helmet, Zachary. If you're gonna buy a Russian helmet, get a Solberg like I have. They're much more rare and they're much cooler and they're better because they're not 4 pieces; they're 2 pieces, and they're incredibly rare. If you could find one with like the original green paint on it, like I did, and some guy was like $30 because I don't know what it is.
And they're not made out of a Coke, and they're not made out of a Coke can.
They're probably worse than the
Yeah,
French Adrians, actually. But like, I could not take my wallet out fast enough to pay this man.
That was like me with the shield, like with the riot shield. That was like, have my money.
That's right. There's times where it's like, okay, guy. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you could ask me for sexual favors for this item, but you're only charging $50. Like, dude, all right, here, let me zip up my pants and grab my wallet and.
But it was like the first pattern, 58 pattern pouch I got. A guy sold it to me for a £5. They're worth like 40 quid on their own. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll have that.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Thanks. There's been a couple times where I have to, like, especially like with guns, when I go to like a gun show, because like we have a big National Guard armory here.
Oh yeah.
And they don't do anything because it's an old piece of shit building. So they use it for like conventions and stuff, but like the military will park a bunch of trucks that are too broke for them to fix up there.
Yeah.
They got like a big razor wire fence around it and shit like that. But like they have a big gun show there like once a year. And there was one guy that was bringing a bunch of shit out there, and he was like selling a bunch of SKSs back in the day when they were like $300. And he had an SVT 40 there.
Oh god.
That was labeled as an SKS, and I was like, this isn't an SKS, guy. Do not sell this for $300. Like, I didn't have the money at the time to buy it, or I would have bought it. But I was like, this is worth like $1,000. It's not an SKS, it's an SVT 40.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought it was just some weird fucking SKS. This old fucking guy, you know, with this folding table that doesn't fucking know. He's got everything on the old green wool army blankets and shit. He's got like a ton of bayonets that are absolutely worthless, you know, and a bunch of weird shit. So
this SKS killed Adolf Hitler.
Wow, you never, but they did come into service in 45. You never know. You never know.
And he didn't shoot himself with a Wolf of PB. He shot himself with a 911.
That's right.
2 world wars.
Well, I mean, 32 ACP has killed more world leaders than any other handgun round, and that's my argument for it. It's like, it has changed history more than any other bullet, and people make fun of it. I'm like, the 32 fucking ACP, it killed fucking Franz Ferdinand, kicking off the fucking First World War. It blew Adolf Hitler's fucking brains out. Like, okay, yeah, it's a terrible handgun round. You're right. It only made the most deaths in the world indirectly of any fucking bullet in the world.
Oh dear. Hitler does get a lot of shit, but he did kill Hitler.
That's fair.
Got to give him credit somehow.
I got to give Hitler credit. He did kill Hitler. That's true. That's very fucking true. I'll give you that one. So I just like when everyone's always talking about like how good the Americans and stuff were like that. And I'm like, yep, because it was the Stars and Stripes that flew over the fucking Reichstag. You're right. So, you're 100% correct. The Americans have Hitler's skull in the Smithsonian. You're right. You're 100% correct.
Yeah. So, where did the Stars and Stripes go? Oh, that's right, over a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Not even an active volcano. And they had to do it a second time for the press. Because the flag wasn't fucking big enough. And as they're fighting all the children and old men, because the Americans never actually fought like the best of the German army in World War II or the best of the Japanese army. You know where all the good Japanese troops were in World War II? In China.
In China. Burma
Yeah,
China.
yeah. All the fucking washed up has-beens and young children were the ones that the Americans bodied.
Yeah. One of the largest land armies of the Japanese was fighting in Burma. Against Chinese and Commonwealth troops.
Yeah, and then another whole third of their army was sitting along the border in case Russia might try something in Manchuria. So the Americans fought all these fucking old men and children, and they're like, yeah, we beat them. And it's like, well, no shit. And it's like when they fought the Germans in France, you know where all the good Germans were? In Russia?
Or Norway.
Yeah, protecting all the important shit or fighting the Soviets that were a much bigger immediate threat.
So, all still fighting in Italy. So,
yeah. So like, yeah, we bodied all the old men and children. 2 world wars. All right, America. Yeah, let's go.
Oh dear.
And then you have to like explain that to the Americans, and I'm like, you guys, they teach history a little different over here.
Yeah.
Like how America's never lost a war, but Canada burned the White House down.
America never lost a war. Vietnam.
No, that's technically not a war. Those are police actions.
All right, then Afghanistan.
That's also a police action. The last war America participated in, actual war, was World War II. That's the last time they declared war.
Okay. What about Korea?
Nope, Korea. That's the United Nations. Police action. Yeah. So.
Okay.
And Vietnam was just like, well, this is a poor third world country, and we like money. So, and then Iraq and Afghanistan were like, well, these are poor third world countries, and we like money.
Let's go pick up a French mess. Oh, that's right. Yes.
That's right. So.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah. So like, but then you look at the War of 1812, and they just like, they're like, yeah, it was a tie. And I'm like, you guys invaded Canada. And then, okay, great. You defeated the British in Louisiana that one time. But like, we burned Washington, D.C. to the ground. Yeah. But like, we rolled you over in fucking Detroit and everywhere else, like along the Great Lakes, and then burned the fucking Washington, D.C. to the ground. Yep, it's a tie. You're right. It's absolutely a tie.
It's just like we invaded Canada. It's like, are you in Canada anymore? Oh, that's right. No.
That's right. They just had a great idea. They're like, there's like 50 guys up there. You know when we should invade? January. So that's great.
Opposed to it anyway as well.
That's right. Yeah, let's go fight all the Canadians in their front yards. All the Canadian ice wizards in their front yards in the middle of winter. That'll be great. We'll see how that goes over. Not well, it turns out.
I just don't know. Like,
it doesn't make any fucking sense. But like, they still teach that they won that one. They're like, America's undefeated. We've won every single war we've ever fought in.
When you watch the film Gettysburg, when Longstreet is talking to the British attaché, he's like, "Oh well, we beat you twice." Like, no, you didn't. Like, I'm sorry. If a full army and a navy can go into your capital, burn it, and have your president running from the city, we fucking won.
Yeah, you lost. That's literally how you measured if a war won or lost back in that day.
When British and Canadian soldiers are literally dining in the fucking White House.
Yeah. And then burn the fucker down. And then have a party on the front lawn. While the White House is burning down, you lost. I'm sorry. That's how it works. There's a whole fucking painting about it. It's done by an American artist. You lost. I'm sorry.
And it's
Like,
hung in the White House.
yeah. So, and they're like, no, we didn't. Blah 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 blah. And they try to argue semantics. You know. So. Mm. It's a good beer. It smells like ham.
Ham and beer.
Yeah, I don't know why. It smells like ham. It's from Germany. I don't know why it smells like ham.
I think I know that brand.
Yeah, it's from Germany.
Yeah, I've had that before. It's nice.
Yeah, it's very expensive. A 6-pack was $14.
That is really expensive. It's like,
well, it has to go across a whole ass fucking ocean.
Yeah, true. But even so, that's a bit overpriced for it.
Well, I'm gonna try the other German beer now, and we'll see if that one smells like ham too. Maybe it'll be just like maybe German beer smells like ham. I don't know.
Smell like Brockfast and Bratwurst.
Yeah, Bratwurst. Oh god. How's the champagne?
It's very good. It's pink champagne. It's really nice, actually.
He's out of champagne.
I'm gonna get some more in a minute. They're only small glasses, so I should get
those little coupe glasses.
Get one of the large gin glasses.
You should just have the bottle
and a straw.
That's how I do it. Fuck it. I'm at home. Nobody's around here.
Yeah, true.
I only put pants on because the internet's watching.
So how's life not having to go back to that job?
I didn't do anything today, and I feel bad about it. I shouldn't say that. I exercised every single muscle group. I hurt right now. I got up at like 12:45 this morning, and I didn't go running until like 2 a.m., but I ran about 4.5 miles today. I've done probably 300 pull-ups. Probably done 500-600 sit-ups.
Yeah. Like
I've done a lot of shit today. So
you shouldn't feel like you need those days where you don't have to do anything. Because if you don't,
I can't do nothing. I can't have a day where I'm unproductive. I am a workaholic, and it is a huge problem. I'm trying to work on it. It's not quite there yet, but
we'll get there eventually. Like
I'm getting in shape because I'm nearly made my mind up of where I'm going to go join the U.S. military because they're so desperate for people and they're paying so much money.
Yeah.
And the first thing they told me is like, how do you feel about just going to training for like 2 years consistently and getting a Green Beret and then going to fucking Africa? How does that sound? And I was like, how much are you guys paying? And they're like $250,000. And I'm like, okay, let me get my cardio back in shape and I'll call you in a couple weeks. So that's about where we're sitting. They're just like, we're desperate. And I'm like, I've killed people. I could do it again for money.
Home.
Yeah, I've said it for a while. I'm like, I can be bought and sold like a 2-bit whore.
Yeah, they still
have. It's going to be weird because they're promising me all these ranks and stuff depending on what job I want to do. If I want to take the job, if I want to take a different job, if I want to choose peace for once, I'm gonna be a shit rank to start. I'll have all of these experience and like stuff like that, but I'll be a shit rank, but I won't have to body anybody anymore. And or I could take a bunch of money and a ton of ranks and like go to basic training as like an E7 and outrank most of the drill instructors immediately. And just go back to bodying people, which is unfortunately the only thing I've ever been good at in life is fighting. And at least they appreciated me. At least, you know, when you shoot a kid in the face, you get a medal for it. But which is great because regular society doesn't appreciate me, but like that's appreciative.
Well, pose is like a member of the UN and like go to a country and then become its like president or something, like an African country.
I would. I'm going to be the new president of Zaire. We're bringing it back.
You were the Sultan of Zanzibar.
Yeah, I'll be the Sultan of Zanzibar. We're going to make Freddie Mercury too.
Just don't piss off the British and lose a war in 38 minutes. But
That's fair. I won't do that. Because to be fair, they already took everything important from that country, so there's nothing left there.
exactly, finders keepers. They weren't
That's
using
right.
it. They were dead.
Yeah, I can't say anything about my new job. That's not my new job. I haven't signed up to do that yet. They just desperately want me. The U.S. government desperately wants this, like hard. So that's how it works. This beer is much better than the ham one.
Okay. Okay.
This is the shovel beer from Germany.
Oh, yeah. Did you get like a box of like Oktoberfest stuff? Did you? Or...
Well, no, it's just that time of the year, so like all the Oktoberfest beers are coming in.
Okay, fair enough.
And I never had one ever before in my life. I'm not a beer drinker.
No, they're good. They're good.
Yeah, I'm not a beer drinker, but Paige is a beer drinker, so she drinks a lot of beer.
They're a bit more hoppy, I would say, than
yeah.
Yeah. They got
but she really likes them, and she drinks a lot of beer, and I'm more of a hard alcohol person.
I can tell what you did the other night.
Just had straight vodka in a shot.
How did it go, by the way, at the end? Did you feel a bit off, or you were a bit worried about afterwards?
Oh no, I was fine. I had a handful of chips.
Oh, okay.
And I went to the bathroom and I sat on my phone for a little while, and then I went to bed and I just stared at my phone in bed for like 2 hours, and then I got like 3 whole ass hours of sleep, and then my body's like, get up and run 4 miles, and I was like, all right. So we're doing it again tonight, obviously, because it was such a radical success last night.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Paige drinks a lot of beer. Yeah. Paige drinks a lot of beer. That's her alcohol of choice is beer. And so I started drinking a lot of beer because she knows what I like taste-wise, because I'm kind of weird. Because my tongue is so long and so big, and I had scarlet fever as a kid. Like, I taste shit like different than other people do. Yeah. Because my tongue's like 4 inches long. And so it's weird.
That's and I with the ladies.
Extremely. But some people have seen it, but I don't think it's been on camera for a while. But... All right, ready?
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. So like I can pick out a lot of like nuances and shit because I just have more taste buds than most people.
Yeah.
And she knows what I like, and so she picked out a lot of beers that I actually really, really like. And I like a lot of like sour beers and stuff, which is kind of nice. I like a lot of the like wintry, like really heavy, like porters and stuff like that. It's kind of a thing. But she said I would probably like a lot of Oktoberfest beers, so we're both buying a shit ton of Oktoberfest beers, and eventually we're going to get together and do a video and just try them all and figure out which one is the best Oktoberfest beer.
Yeah.
And we've probably got like 20 different varieties of Oktoberfest beer, and we're going to figure out which country and which company makes the best Oktoberfest beer.
Okay.
And so far, Breckenridge of the United States is at the bottom because that sucks.
I'm not surprised.
It's terrible.
Belgian beer is quite good. It's sort of
pretty good.
It's more it's quite smooth and light, I find. But it actually tastes really, really good, and it's actually strong. That makes things. Unlike American beer, which is like making love in a canoe, it's fucking close to water. But
American beer is like 3 to 6%, which is awful. Because like in Canada, stuff is like 8 to 12. That's like the standard for Canada. It's like 8 to 12.
Isn't like cider a different thing in the States as well compared to like here or Canada? I'm not too sure.
Kind of depends on who's making it. There's like traditional ways to make it and non-traditional ways to make it.
Yeah.
So like cider is beer made from cider. That's your primary ingredient. Where rather than using water and hops and stuff, you're just using apple juice.
Oh, okay.
You know, that would be the traditional way to do it. And then you're adding, your malt and your yeast and all your other shit. But like, there's also people that do stuff to it and don't follow that procedure. And it ends up being a bunch of shit, but people buy it. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a beer expert. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a beer expert at all. I used to drink Everclear with orange powdered drink mix in it. All right, that was my daily drinker.
Kidding.
It's called the Noggin Fogger,
Yeah.
and I have a whole ass poster that says it. Like somebody literally made me a whole ass poster with my face on it, and a big nuclear symbol on a vat of orange fucking Everclear and Tang. And it's the Noggin Fogger. It's a whole ass poster. It's a real thing, and that was my daily drinker for forever. I used to just take, and people tell people about how I used to drink that like every day back when I was a pretty heavy drinker, and people are horrified. They're like, "That sounds pretty good," you know. They're like, "It's Everclear and Tang," and they're like, "Oh, that doesn't sound so bad." Until people go, "No, it's 4 ounces of Everclear with like a scoop and a half of Tang powder in it. It's just gas without the engine cleaner and sugar and orange flavoring. That's it. That's the whole drink." And
Jesus.
people are like, "Oh my god!" And I used to just drink that every day because it's the journey and the destination, and it was cheap as fuck. So
isn't like I swear like cider in the States, or mostly anyway, is it like a sort of a non-alcoholic kind of thing, or am I?
So like we have apple cider. It's
Yeah.
just like a drink. We have like apple juice. So there's like apple cider, which is like unfiltered apple juice, and it has like spices and stuff in it. And it's like a fall beverage. Okay.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people do add like vodka to it, and they make this thing called apple pie. It's a drink because it kind of tastes like apple pie when you're drinking it, and it gets you fucked up. But so there is apple cider, and then we have what's like a cider beer.
Okay.
Because apple cider is like a drink as well. That doesn't have any booze in it.
Yeah, because as you probably not know, like with cider in the UK or generally in this sort of area, cider is a very different kind of thing. It's like no, cider generally is like fairly strong, depending on where you go. And you got companies like Magners or Bulmers, but you've also got like places like Western Brewery, which is actually not too far away from where I am, which their main one, so they're Western's like vintage one is like 8% to 9%.
Good,
like
that's what a beer should be. That's the fucking way to do it.
But it's not a beer; it's a cider.
Yeah, it's a beer. A cider's a kind of beer.
Because you're not adding like hops or anything. You're basically just fermenting the apples completely with
just turning them into like bush.
Basically, yeah. You especially with certain breweries like Weston's, you're getting like a full sort of body with, and it's fucking good. It's more sort of bitter, but it's like proper. It's actually really, really good, especially when it's cold. But even like, do you know the company Stella?
Yeah.
Yes, so Stella make their own cider, or what they call it, cidre. Anyway, that's quite nice actually, especially when it's cold with ice. That's really, really fucking good. Really, especially like a hot day. That's lovely. That's really, really good. And that's
no, the best thing on a hot day is 7 shots of vodka and a bowl of hot soup.
Everclear with orange powder.
That's don't knock until you try it. Okay, it's nice.
Exactly what I said with sausage rolls and chocolate spread, but
I try it. All right, so you got to have a fucking Everclear and Tang. It's 95% ethanol. It has an explosive symbol on the back of the bottle. It also says, "Don't drink this without watering it down because it will hurt your organs."
We'll both do it on the next stream or something. You get sausage rolls and chocolate spread.
I'll have to make them because we don't have like sausage rolls here. So I'll have to make a sausage roll and put Nutella on it, and it'll probably be good.
Not Nutella, like chocolate spread. Like get like Cadbury's or chocolate spread if you can.
Oh, like a Cadbury cream egg melted on a fucking sausage roll.
Oh no.
Like I could do that. That'd be pretty good.
Actually, I've got sausage rolls and chocolate spread downstairs.
I wish, but. So my fridge is full of beer. And like when I say that, I mean like it is like floor to ceiling.
Like if anyone wants to see me do this, or I don't know why I'm saying it like a challenge. I like it, but
this thing I do all the time. I'll do it again. Yeah, you were saying that, and I'm like, I get it. The whole like salty sweet thing. I get it.
Alvin doesn't know what sausage. Do you not know what a sausage roll is?
Well,
Oh, you're
it's
missing
not. It's
out.
not a thing here in North America.
No,
Sausage
it's a
rolls
shame
aren't a
'cause
thing.
they're fucking good.
They
It's
are
so
pretty good, actually.
It's basically you've got like sausage meat, but it's like wrapped in pastry. Basically,
It's like so. Imagine you put a sausage link in a croissant. Bam.
kind of, yeah, kind of, but it's a bit more bready, I would say. But then again, it depends who makes it
Yeah.
because it's more like short crust pastry, I think.
Yeah.
But no, they are.
It's basically a sausage link in a croissant.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's called a sausage roll. And they're actually really good. And it's like a staple British breakfast food, like on the go food. So
breakfast. It's every day, all day.
that's I mean
Especially
breakfast is all day every day here too. So
and like Greg's, it's like Greg's, for example, is fucking egg because you get all sorts of things. You get like in like donuts, you get cakes, you get steak bakes and stuff like that.
yeah, it's a gas station, basically.
Kind of, yeah, but they're very much a mainstream thing now. They're like every single high street.
Yeah.
Single
I mean, it's like so around here we have a gas station called Quick Trip.
oh,
They sell gas,
yeah.
but like, and they sell cigarettes, but like, they also make salads and they make sandwiches and they make burgers and they make food and they fry chicken and you could just go in there and it's actually like really good food. So, and they sell milk in a bag, like in Canada, and you can get a pitcher.
Yeah, because like the good thing as well about Greg's, if you go in the morning before like 11 o'clock, you can get like a lot. You can get like a coffee, like a large coffee, a sausage and bacon roll, and that, and some other things, and that for like £3.
Yeah,
they're really really good. Like especially like early in the morning.
Yeah.
And they also do like the hot counter stuff as well in their hot cabinet. Like you can get like chicken wings and shit like that now as well from them, which is great.
Bam. See, yeah. So like one of my favorite things is like when I was working down in the hotel, I'd go into the gas station every morning at 3 a.m. and get a box of 2 fried chicken tenders and waffle fries and a large coffee for like $4.
No, it's great. It's really really good.
Yeah, and you eat a box of greasy fucking fried chicken tenders and waffle fries.
With my phone contract, I'm with O2, and they offer like every week I can get like free stuff from Greg's. It's great.
You got a rewards program?
Yeah, it's great. Like with my phone contract, it's great. Love it.
Your phone contract lets you go to the gas station.
Yeah, so I'm with O2, and they offer you like little perks in that, like to being like one of their customers in that. So you can get like free shipping. It's great.
My phone company lets me use the phone because I pay them money.
Yeah, so I can go get like a free like a free beer or whatever from a pub, depending on the pub. I can get free coffee at like Cafe Nero. I can get free food and drink from Greg's.
What? I get to use my phone. That's what I get for paying for my phone. I get to use my phone.
Also with O2 Priority, you can get discount off tickets and that for events.
I get to use my phone, and then half the time the service sucks. Fuck. Man. I wish. But like my credit card's that way though. Like I have like super fucking good credit, so I have a really, really good credit card rewards program. And I get like a ton of cash back and a ton of points and a ton of whatever. And like a really low interest rate on my credit card because my credit score is basically perfect because I've done nothing but work for the last like 15 fucking years of my life.
Fair enough. Mine's shit.
No. I think my credit scores
10 years now, so.
Last time I checked it was 840, which is 10 points away from the best you can get.
you get like a gift card for like Macy's or something. You get
no, it's like I could go to the bank and ask them for money, and they just say how much.
Would you like this house as well as a parting gift?
Pretty much. So like when I go to buy a house, the bank is just going to be like, how much money do you want? Because you pay everything on time and your credit's fucking amazing. We know we don't have to worry about you, so we'll give you whatever the fuck you want because it's guaranteed pay. So
yeah, you borrow that money, you do like a full Andy Dufresne and go to that beach with that boat.
Fuck Mexico. I'm not going to Mexico. It's hot as balls there. I'm not going there.
I'm just going to go get some more champagne.
Champagne and the sausage roll?
Oh, yeah, I am, yeah. We can make this an educational stream.
All right. So now it's back to just me. Rapid fire questions. Go. I'm going to reply to this YouTube comment quick. Doesn't really warrant a reply. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The phone vendor. I'm not happy with AT&T. They're not providing me the service that I am paying for, I don't think. Do you? What do you mean, do me? Well, for one, that's on the OnlyFans. You guys will have to go to the OnlyFans for that. But Roy's here now. He didn't get back to me earlier. I was gonna see if Roy, if he got done early enough, I was just gonna buy a bunch of ammo and we'd go up there and go shooting because I don't have to do anything till tomorrow. But he didn't get back to me ever, so I was like, Master of Puppets. I don't know Master of Puppets. I'm not that great of a harmonica player, but we'll work on it. We'll work on it. So, but I got one. I got a Super Chromatica 270. Expensive harmonica. I get to have Oktoberfest beer. I have so much beer, Roy. You could have had so much beer. I've got so much fucking beer. Okay, what do you got there? Cadbury spread.
Yep. Yeah.
That's not a thing we have here.
It's good. And there's the champagne.
Did you really have a spoon in it? Like it keeps the carbonation in? Because that's not a real thing.
It does actually work.
No, it doesn't actually.
It does work.
So here's the thing about carbon dioxide being a gas.
Well, when it's in the fridge, it actually does work.
So here's the thing about how carbon dioxide being a gas.
Let me have my old wives' tales.
So here's the thing about carbon dioxide being a gas and you not having an actual like cap on that. It's like, you know how like a fart goes through your pants? It's like that. It doesn't actually work because there's like holes.
You're gonna tell me like Santa isn't real now as well, aren't you? Fuck's sake.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Well, someone touched me on Christmas Eve. I know that.
I'm just saying that whole like spoon in the fucking wine thing to keep it carbonated isn't a real thing.
No, it's not hazelnut, Alvin. I can't stand nuts. Not really.
What?
I'm not a fan of nuts.
Why?
It's weird in my profession, but you know.
Nuts are delicious. Man. You're
So
missing
here we
out.
go.
You're not even like a fan of like peanuts or like pistachios or anything?
If I mean like a cornetto with like nuts and I'm alright with that, but apart from that. Here we go, ladies. So that's a sausage roll, by the way. For anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, it's a sausage link with fucking puff pastry around it.
Yeah, puff pastry, yeah.
It's a croissant.
Oh,
We're learning here. I'm gonna grab something to eat because I shouldn't be drinking with no food.
So, chocolate mocha.
All right. I'd try one of those. So for those of you who don't know, the last week that I was at this hotel, I didn't eat food while I was like at the hotel because it stresses me out too much. But I did run up the company credit card buying beef jerky and trail mix. So the back seat of my car is, last time I counted, 189 bags of beef jerky
Does it look like a child's birthday party?
and 52 packages of trail mix. I spent like $500 on beef jerky and trail mix. I'm not even joking. I literally was like, the first day I was like, I have $150 to spend. So I bought one fucking bag of everything of the beef jerky. And then like, all right, I still have like $30 left. So I bought like 4 bags of trail mix.
Oh, crush. I haven't had chocolate spreads and sauce for ages. That was nice.
That's dumb. What do you mean that's dumb? Trail mix and beef jerky lasts forever. That was my thing. It's going to take me forever to eat it, but it's got like 4 years of shelf life on it.
You need something for when the nuclear holocaust starts.
Exactly. I thought it was really good because the shelf life on that shit is amazing. That's why I bought it.
Beef jerky, trail mix, and a Wendell. That's all you need for surviving.
I mean, I have all of that. I'm ready for the end of the world. I have all that stuff. I have a Wendell and, 80 pounds of beef jerky and trail mix. Oh, Alexi. Alexi, do you want to come on and drink and eat beef jerky and trail mix?
I can spoon feed you chocolate spread.
So I wish we had Cadbury spread over here. We have the Reese's like peanut butter chocolate spread.
Yeah.
We don't have Cadbury.
So fucking good.
Like I have to tell people how good like Biscoff spread
Oh
is.
yeah.
Because they've never tried it here.
Oh, they're really fucking good. They make an ice cream with that now.
They have an ice cream with that?
A Biscoff, yeah. Biscoff ice cream. It tastes so fucking good.
I mean, the spread tastes really fucking good.
The biscuits are great as well, obviously. And you get the biscuits which got chocolate coated on as well.
We don't have the chocolate coated ones over here. We just have the regular ones.
I've got them downstairs actually. I could dip them in chocolate spread.
You could think about that. I'm trying to be healthy, so I'm having Biltong.
Okay, so packets of Biltong and beer. Healthy.
Yeah, and then I got probiotic trail mix.
Probiotic trail mix. It's good for the good bacteria.
That's right. Yeah, it helps me work through the fucking beef jerky.
Because your mouth must be fucking drier than the Sahara.
No, I got beer to hydrate me.
Yeah, true. Ups and
beer's mostly water, and it goes really good with trail mix and beef jerky.
Oh dear.
What? You're missing out. You guys got to eat more beef jerky and trail mix. What kind of champagne are you drinking? A rosé.
It's really, really good. Really, really good. Very bubbly.
I wish you didn't have to chew beef jerky so much.
You get like a tired jaw.
Yeah, because it's like, I've been eating this one bag for like 3 days and I have 189 other ones.
I get that sometimes when like someone hasn't cooked steak properly. I'm just like, my jaw is now hurting. Can you cook it at least nice?
Man. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to cook a steak.
How do you have your steak? I have mine like medium rare.
I usually have mine like a medium.
Okay.
Which is, it depends on the steak though. Because I'll lean more to rare if it's a nicer steak.
I used to be a heathen and have it like well done, which was just a bad thing to do. And then I was like, oh no, you actually need to eat steak like this. Like without it being like fucking cremated.
I have a friend who still orders his steak well done, and then he just drowns it in steak sauce.
Okay. But even then, it's still really chewy, though, I would find.
Yeah, but he just likes it that way. He doesn't like any of the, like, fluid or color or anything.
I get that. I think that's how I used to be in a way, but I don't. Yeah, maybe. It just depends on the steak as well. Like if it's a good bit of meat, even if it's well done, it's still quite tender.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it all depends on like, but like I'm also like one of those people that's like, you should cook a steak in a pan,
Mm.
and it's like immediately when people are like, I'm doing it on the grill, and I'm like, it's just gonna be bland gray mush. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
because
We spin a pan or
I
on a grill.
understand people want to do it on a grill. Great, so
Yeah.
you get those grill marks, but like then you just have the like texture contrast on those grill marks.
Mm.
Whereas, like, if
Mate,
you do it
I
in a
think
pan,
a
you get that
griddle,
crust on it, which
yeah,
is good.
yeah, a griddle pan is actually quite good, I would say.
You
They're
get the
probably,
best of both worlds, then, yeah.
yeah, exactly. You could sort of get that sort of like sort of flame sort of taste to it in a way because the air can flow around it a bit more. But yeah, no, it just depends, and it also depends what sort of if you want to use oil or whatever. It depends what you want to use as well. I find with steak, sunflower oil works quite well, but then sometimes I use like butter, just on its own kind of thing. When I'm cooking like roast potatoes and things like that, for example, I'll use coconut oil.
Okay.
That honestly, like roast potatoes and coconut oil, fucking amazing. Like,
I
and
use
it's actually really, really healthy for you as well. So
That's true. I use avocado oil because it has a really high flash point, so it doesn't smoke a
okay,
lot.
yeah,
And I'll do the steak on that, and then you when it gets near the end, you turn the heat down and you do the
yeah,
whole like Gordon Ramsay. You throw like 2 cloves of garlic and some rosemary and some
yeah.
thyme and half a stick of butter in there, and you butter baste the steak, and you do that, and then you could actually cook that down a little bit and turn it into like a pan sauce that I usually put over like mashed potatoes that are
Yeah,
going with the steak
yeah.
because it's basically just butter and herbs at that point.
Mm. Nice, I like that. Well, we just got a new slow cooker as well, so we've been making use of that, which has been fun. So we did like a meatballs and like pasta sauce and that, and we had like cut up sausages as well. Put that in.
So when's the sausage? When's the Jake Brown sausage roll cook along gonna be?
Well, I'm off all next week, so
I am too. I have to work tomorrow for like a couple hours, but I'll do that before everybody's awake because I'm a psychopath.
is that your new job?
No,
Oh, okay.
this is just some like for cash odds and ends.
Oh,
type
fair
stuff,
enough.
you know?
Oh, then that's not too bad.
Just because I can't go 5 days without working. I can't. I've never done it in my whole life. I never will.
That's fair enough. We can absolutely do a cook along. It'd be great. I'll try and send you some of this in like post or something.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: if it's not FDA approved, they're gonna take it.
Yeah, well, hopefully so.
That's the problem with a lot of stuff from Europe. If like even if it is like a totally safe like canned product or something like that, the FDA will be like, it's not our system, and they take it.
Well, we'll give it a try anyway. We'll give it a try. They're not that much anyway. So
Yeah, I'll have to send you like an IED or something. America's got a lot of those.
IEC, improvised explosive chocolate. Yeah.
You know, Cadbury cream eggs have enough potassium nitrate in them to make a bomb.
Well, that's why they're banned in the United States, is it?
That's right.
I did always find it fucking weird. Like,
what?
Of all the things we're banning in the United States, it's fucking cream eggs.
We have cream eggs, but
you can buy Tannerite anywhere.
we have cream eggs, but they're made here in America.
Okay, so they're shit.
Because they're made by Mondelez Global, the same people that own like Oreo.
Oh, okay.
And like Ritz crackers and stuff. They own Cadbury here in North America. So all the stuff here is made here under license.
Because in the UK at the moment, well, it has been for quite a few years now. Cadbury's is owned by Kraft, so which was always when that purchase happened, there was so much shit over like every single newspaper.
Yeah,
they're gonna fucking ruin it. They're going to house selling cheese door to door.
So Mondelez Global Mondelez Global owns Kraft.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, fair enough. Because that's all
I know because I used to work for them.
I do I do find out there's like when Kraft started, they used to sell cheese door to door.
Yeah.
I just find it when like you're like, would you like to buy some cheese? No, fuck off. You're knocking on my door at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to sell me fucking brie.
But like people also used to like sell vacuums and mops and brooms and shit like that way, you know? Like
if you were selling a vacuum or something, I might be tempted, but you're selling me cheese on my doorstep. I don't know where the cheese has been.
it's cheese with like a year-long shelf life. Did you know that like American cheese that like pasteurized, like basically not cheese was actually invented by a Canadian, but they call it American cheese?
I'm not surprised. We done something shit. Just blame it on ourselves.
That's right. Well, I mean, to be fair, Canada's like that really nice neighbor that's living above a meth lab. So, I'm just saying, it's loud. There's shit going on all the time.
Occasionally they hit the broom on the floor saying, "Shut the fuck up."
There's like random gunshots going off. You always
loud
weird
music.
Smells. Yeah.
They're always throwing tires in the front yard.
They're burning tires in the front yard. Yeah. Yeah.
There's like a couch out front with like stains on it.
Yeah.
that's
something.
Washington. That's in Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's America, which is close to Canada. It makes sense. Something French sounding owns something German sounding. Well, I'll spot you the fact that it's not French. Mondelez Global is Mexican.
Oh.
Yeah, so like Mexico actually owns in the Americas all of the food companies. All of the food companies, the big like huge ones, are Mexican owned. So, which means they're cartel owned.
Well, they have. Well, that proves they have money to build the wall.
I said it should have been a ditch, but like
it's just a pungy, like a pit filled with pungy spikes.
We'll just fill it full of alligators because the South.
No. It's just like there should be constant like sort of Scooby Doo kind of thing. They're walking over the top. They fall in. They sort of in midair running before they fall down.
Yeah. But like we got all these alligators here in America, and I'm like, that's further south than where all the alligators live. They'll be fine. Just dig a big huge river and fill it full of alligators.
Not like the wall they want, but like build like a castle wall along the entire border and just have like Romans like patrolling like Hadrian's Wall, but for the south.
Like they did build most of the wall. Most of it's done.
Yeah,
which is funny. And I like how they put like teeter-totters on it, so like the poor Mexican kids and the poor American kids can like teeter-totter like through the wall.
Like a cat flap.
Yeah. No, well, it's just like this teeter-totter just sticks through the wall, and I'm like, okay, that's way worse than if you just didn't do that.
On the top was like broken glass bottles and like shit.
Yeah, and they put like spikes on top of that wall, like huge spikes.
It's sort of like the spikes you see in like train stations, or sort of like pigeons landing and shit like that.
But it's just like, and then it just like abruptly ends because like states that made bills.
We ran out of money.
There's like states that voted against being able to like do that there, and so like it just like will abruptly end. It'll go on for like 1,000 miles and then just like end.
It's so bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like, if that's not the definition of how America does shit, like,
well, what you need to do is just like just go down there with like signs that say minefield and just put them all around.
That's what I said. I'm like, we can just bluff the shit out of them.
If they think there's one there, it's effective.
Or how about we just take, the whole military, because it's called the Department of Defense, so we should stop attacking everybody.
Yeah.
And have them patrol the border, like how their job description is as part of the Department of Defense.
Exactly. Or just like put like signs for like swamp or bog or quicksand or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's all desert, so they don't have any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay along like Texas because the whole like Rio Grande River. There's actually a lot of like natural barricades we could use. So they only had to build like 2/3 of a wall, technically.
Or just like loads of cardboard cutouts of like Karens along the whole border. No one will go near that.
The Mexicans don't care. They don't speak English.
Yeah, but I know, but like excessive mumbling in a language you don't understand about wanting to see your manager will probably scare the shit out of anyone, no matter what language.
How about we just all be one big happy North America and we just get along?
I admire your optimism. I really, really do.
So imagine if Canada, the United States, and Mexico got together. They'd be unstoppable. We could take the entire world. All of it.
It'd be like polite, aggressive partiers. Like
Yeah, with really nice roofs all over the place and perfectly trimmed gardens.
And you all go have a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Yeah, the Rio Grande's only thigh deep in a lot of places. They just walk across it.
Oh dear.
I know, right? We're not like England. We don't have like a channel. We don't have like ocean all the way around us, which is a problem.
And even when we don't, the Romans built a wall.
2 walls.
And they built exactly, and they built them properly, and they patrolled them, and they had little camps every now and again.
Yeah, like every like half a mile or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they built fucking 2 of them. Everyone forgets about the second one, but like they built fucking 2 of them. Because fuck the Scottish.
Those men in the north. Oh dear.
To be fair, they won in the end. Them and their pants. Because that was like before pants were like a thing. That's how you could tell if somebody was a heathen if they wore fucking pants. They had trousers on. How dare you? Because the Romans had like their fucking like dress things that would come down to like the knee almost, you know? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, it depends on the actual sort of Roman period, but as a general thing, it was sort of like a. It's weird. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, because like before kilts were a thing, the Scottish all wore like pants.
Yeah.
Like trousers, and people were like, trousers! And they were like, that's the end of the world.
Kilts are more of an Irish thing as well. And not a thing until, say, the. Oh, God. Well.
You don't see them until like 1500, so.
Yeah, and I think there's a thing as well with like historical films sort of portraying Scotsmen. It's like, well, kilts didn't really become a thing until post the Jacobite rebellions, really.
Yeah.
Like of like the 1740s.
Yeah.
So
they all wore like trousers, and the Romans were like, these fucking heathens and their fucking leg coverings, how dare they?
Yeah.
And then winter happens and they all freeze to death.
Because funny enough, actually a lot of the clansmen who sort of took part in battles like Culloden, etc., were actually bollock naked.
Yeah. Well, you have to.
Well, it's one thing a clansman with several weapons coming at you. It's quite.
Yeah, but if he's got his fucking bits out, I don't want to be there. That guy's got nothing to lose.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, actually, if you ever want actually quite good to watch, it's not perfect, but it's fucking good actually. There was a film done in the sort of the 60s. It was called Culloden, and it's in black and white, but basically they do it like it's a news report, and it's really fucking good, like really, really well done. And they sort of show the battle sort of prior to it and leading through it and the sort of aftermath of it as well. And they're sort of like doing like they're interviewing like the major players in it and everything. It's really, really well done. Huh. And they and it's one of the few like films, especially for its time as well, that actually shows what cannon fire does. Like it doesn't like movie explode like with fucking like round shot. It like
fire and stuff. Yeah,
it like rips people the fuck apart.
Yeah, that was the best thing about like having solid shot was it just tore people to shreds.
Like you're firing like at this point anyway, a 3-pound ball of fucking iron at like 1,200 feet per fucking second.
Yeah,
or more.
It tears through people. All right, well, I got to get a new beer and take a piss because I've had like 5 beers already today because I had my first beer at 4 a.m.
You can't stack them this time either as well because they're bottles.
You say that.
Well, I've been stacking these.
Oh, fair. So yeah, I gotta pee. I'll grab another beer and I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries, dude. No, the Romans didn't wear pants. That's what that's what we're getting at. Those big burly. Yeah, no, it's the Jacobite rebellions are interesting because, funny enough, actually more Scotsmen and more Highlanders fought on the side of the Royal Army during, say, Culloden and that Jacobite rebellion than with the Scots, then with the Jacobites themselves, because you had a lot of Lowland regiments which fought with the Royal Army, sorry, with the government forces, I should say, at the time, under Cumberland. But it's a fascinating period because basically the Jacobite army invaded England in that sort of sense. They moved down south and then had to sort of move back. And yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, my day's been all right, mate. My day's been good. I was at work this morning, which was fun. Same old shit, different day, but no, it was all right. It was all right. How was yours?
All right, I'm back.
Hello.
I'm having a beer now, an Oktoberfest beer made in my city, so my helps are very
Yay.
low.
No, I was just sort of saying about how, funny enough, a lot of the troops that fought at like Culloden were mostly Lowland Scottish regiments, and like
That'll teach them.
Like there were more Scots who fought with the government forces than with the Jacobites.
Well, I mean, money.
Well, yeah, like with the Jacobites, you had Irish units, you had French units as well. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things. And like you've got like a weird Scottish French Catholic usurper under the name of Bonnie Prince Charlie attempting to command this force and then flees off the field when he realizes he's fucked up by fighting on a fucking bog.
Yeah, don't do that. Even I know that's stupid.
Yeah. But no, I'll send you the link to the actual movie itself. It should still be on YouTube because it's actually really, really well done. Because you had Culloden.
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 How do you say it? And put like an accent on. How would somebody from Birmingham say it?
Culloden.
Yeah, there you go.
Culloden.
That's the only accent I can understand of the British accent is Birmingham.
It's all right. I'd sit here eating sausage rolls, but I really like chips and gravy. To be honest with you, it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm from Birmingham. Birmingham.
Oh, he's putting his jersey on. He's gonna go sit in a drive-in fucking cinema now.
I gotta put my coat on because it's actually like winter here, and I have all my windows open because it's.
You look like you're about to start singing in like a basketball court, like in High School Musical.
Because I have a Letterman jacket. It's actually from like this is from like the 80s, so it's like a good one still. It's got the nice fucking pebbled leather sleeves.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The nice high quality wool. And it's in Canada colors.
Oh dear.
Oh man. Yeah, it's actually gonna be so the first freeze of this year is supposed to come tomorrow night.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it's September.
Yeah, it is getting a bit colder here, to be honest with you. But it's actually really, really nice today. Like it's been quite sunny. It's been clear.
It's going to snow in like 2 weeks.
There was snow sort of in the lower parts of Scotland like a week or so ago, which is very early.
Yeah, it's going to be Mother Nature is going to pull our pants down and ass rape us. Like,
oh, yeah.
This year, it's going to be bad. It's global warming. I tell you what, winter's going to happen 3 months before it normally does.
Winter is coming.
Yeah. Oh God, it's climate change. That's what all the people tell me now. They're like, it's climate change. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's cold as fuck.
The climate is changing. It's going from autumn to winter.
Yeah, that's right.
The climate is changing.
Dan's fucking talking about how it was like, it was almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit on Tuesday. And I'm like, it was actually really hot on Tuesday. It was like 85. And then they're talking about how Sunday night it's going to fucking snow.
Yeah. I'm glad you cleaned your house because I fucking didn't. The other half did that while I was at work.
I wish I got so much shit to clean. I have so many beer boxes to take out from all the 7 cases of beer that I bought.
And you got to like secretly do it so you don't get judged by your neighbors.
No, I do it in full view of everyone. Like when I moved in and I was just carting carloads of guns without cases in like a big arm roll up to my place.
The thing with the UK, like you take like you put like, especially it used to be like a while ago when like the like bin collection was or whatever, or you would have like your recycling, like basically like fucking storage boxes like for like recycling shit. If you've like put like a few fucking bottles or whatever in, and like they come out in the morning and go, "Oh, we had a party, have we?" Like fucking nosy dickhead, fuck off.
Why are you going through my trash, you bitch?
But no, because they can see it because it was like an open like storage box kind of thing for like your recycling. They can see like you've had like 3 or 4 like beers.
No, I sort all my recycling and my like garbage, and so I will shamelessly take a whole ass bin of cans and glass bottles and cardboard beer boxes and dump it into the recycling bin at like 5 a.m. So, and then oftentimes I like to like, because I have nothing better to do, I'll put like a beer in my pocket while I'm going down there. And so you light up a cigarette. So like after you dump it, I like to go use the like communal hose and like hose out the fucking thing. I'll have a cigarette and I'll be drinking a beer at like 5 a.m, hosing out the beer residue out of my recycling bin, you know?
You're hosing down like the leather couch outside.
Yeah, you know, like I just don't give a shit. And like, so like today I actually brought all the beer cases out from yesterday.
Yeah.
At like 5 a.m, and I was wearing my Daisy Dukes and I had my Crocs on, and I had my hoodie from my old company, which was Pepperidge Farm, and it just has like Finn, which is like the goldfish on it.
Full fucking like white trash. Like
I definitely was, and I had the cigarette prepped in my ear, ready to go, and I was walking out of the building. So like I got out of the building and I dropped my fucking recycling on the ground. Light my cigarette and I pick it back up and I'm walking over to the recycling bin in my Crocs and my Daisy Dukes and I pour it all in. And then I pulled one of my last ciders out of my pocket, actually, my cider beers, pull it out of my pocket. I'm drinking that. And I have the cigarette hanging out of the left side of my mouth. So I'm drinking with the right side of my mouth. And I'm holding my big plastic recycling container. And I'm walking back to the building in my fucking shorty shorts and my foam sandals, and I'm drinking beer and smoking, and yeah.
Oh, that is
a sight to see.
Like too.
I'm a big fan of multitasking.
I can tell.
Yeah.
All you're missing is the RV and like a wife beater.
I have a lot of wife beaters actually, but I've switched to V-necks because they're classier.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a lot of Telniashkas.
It's harder to get stains on that sort of area.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of Telniashkas, those like Russian striped.
Oh yeah.
Wife beaters. But since Russia is not liked over here now, I don't wear those a lot because people will definitely accuse me of shit out in public, randomly, not knowing who I am or anything. They're like, "Oh, you must be a Russian supporter." And I'm like, "No, I'm just a sleeper cell, actually." Patiently waiting.
Well, you got to stop saying "Das Vidania" in conversation.
It just comes up sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm just telling them to have a good day. It's fine.
Every time you're in like a coffee shop, you're going like Nostrovia.
Yeah, Das Vidania, comrade.
Oh, sorry.
And then
the
it's
American, yes, Disney, old boy.
That's right. The Mickey Mouse and the Budweiser. Yeah. Oh God.
Lakers, yeah.
It's just like, so I haven't worn them for like a year since the whole war's been going on because it's a big problem because people fucking like I used to wear my like Soviet Panama hat that still has the little like hammer sickle pin on it.
Yeah. Well, the Afghan one or
And I used to wear that all the time in the summer because it's actually just genuinely a really fucking good hat to wear in the summer. And somebody gave me shit about it when I wore it this year because They're like, "Oh, you fucking Russian sympathizer." I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Russia or Ukraine.
Yeah.
F them both. So
Like it's
this hat is from 50 years before this conflict ever happened.
Yeah.
Like
the whole region is so fucked. It's crazy. But it's...
that's what I say. At least they don't have any gas to share with the rest of Europe. So
yeah. I don't know.
I gotta send Putin a thank you letter though, because he started selling barrels of crude oil at a loss that America's been gobbling up because obviously America. And so like gas prices went down and everyone's like, "Oh, thanks, President Biden. The gas prices went down." I'm like, no. You actually have to thank Putin because he's selling oil at like a 50% loss to fund his war.
Mm.
So I was actually gonna like send him a thank you letter and be like, "Hey, buddy, I appreciate the low gas prices. Hope it all works out for you."
It's like because fuel's going down here as well. The prices dropped a bit, which is thank God because it was getting
because Russia's selling oil at a loss to fund a war, and
Yeah.
everyone's buying it, but they're not saying where it's coming from.
Exactly.
But it's all fucking Russian oil. They're selling their fucking reserves off at a loss to fund the war.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know the Saudis spoke fluent Russian. Oh no,
they do actually. The Saudis do speak fluent Russian.
I didn't know the Saudi Arabian palace was in Moscow. Oh, that's right. It's not.
They have the biggest embassy in Moscow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I mean, to be fair, they have the biggest everything because they have all the oil money.
Yeah. God.
It's like so what is it? Is it Saudi Arabia that they're taking all the like pro athletes from everywhere and paying them better?
I'm surprised that's what we did for a long time.
Because like all the people in like golf is a big thing in the United States.
Mm.
And all the golfers are going to Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia put up all these big golf courses that are like amazing. And they're like, we'll pay you more to come over here and play golf than America. And America was like, well, you can't do that. We won't let you be a part of the golf association over here if you go play for Saudi Arabia, even though they're doubling your pay. And everyone's like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. We're going to go play for Saudi Arabia.
Exactly.
So.
Oh, that's crazy. So I think, I did see the Saudi embassy in London. That was interesting because I was up there on Monday for the funeral. So that was.
Yeah. I wanted to go. I actually set money aside for that.
Yeah.
To go to the Queen's funeral, but it happened so quick and I couldn't get any time off for it. Because I actually really wanted to go. I put money aside to go.
Yeah.
And
it was a really nice because I went to Hyde Park and watched it on the screens and that. We were planning to go from there to where the procession would end because obviously she went from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey. Then after the service, she was going from Westminster Abbey then to Wellington Arch, where she'd be transferred to the hearse and to go to Windsor. And obviously Hyde Park's right next to Wellington Arch, so thought we'd go over there. All the police and everything there were fine. It was the twats in high vis who were being really, really annoying, who didn't know what was going on. At one point said Hyde Park was closed. It wasn't. But it was really, really bizarre. It was a weird thing, and like everyone sort of like quietly sang God Save the King and everything when it was sort of going around. That was really wow. Like it was, and then everyone sort of clapped afterwards, and there was a lot of people. Like I'm meaning like tens of thousands.
She's on half the fucking world's money.
Yeah, it was
like she's the single most well-liked person on the planet, and I had to like explain that to a lot of Americans. I was like, no, you guys don't know. She's ruled for like a jillion years. She's one of the last like genuinely good like politician people on the planet. Like one of the last like genuinely good world leaders. She's on half the fucking money. 5 billion of the 8 billion people are upset about this.
Yeah.
And Americans are like, the Queen? What Queen?
Yeah.
You know how many times I had to explain who the Queen was to people about this whole thing? Because they just don't fucking know?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm livid. I was livid by the end of this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, because like even like people don't really realize, who cares? Like, well, even Sinn Féin, like the off branch political side of the IRA even came out and sent their condolences to the royal family.
Yeah.
Sinn Féin did that. Like I'm sort of like she did. Like people like funny enough, a lot of people like from Ireland or Ireland, but actually a lot of people in Ireland at like the Republic of Ireland actually appreciate her because she was the first monarch to visit after their independence. She laid a wreath at their main war memorial, which also honoured people who rose up in the Irish Rebellion against the British and that. She laid a wreath there, and when she did her speech, she spoke in Gaelic for the first bit of it. It's like that's an amazing thing to do. Like really, really is. And that was just on Irish relations. So like I understand people like have a problem with say the monarchy as an institution. I understand that, but separate
Why?
separate. It could be any sort of fucking reason.
Yeah.
It's a fucking minefield when people want to get into their own personal little vendettas.
I mean, it's just for show at this point, mostly. Like
I think the thing is as well is it's sort of a mixture of like the argument of like, oh, why can't Northern Ireland be part of Ireland? Because it wouldn't work, especially now.
Because it was so seeded with sympathetically British people that it's not Northern Ireland basically anymore.
It's like, yes, now that Catholics make up the vast majority of those in Northern Ireland, but even so, if they reunited with the Republic, it would be civil war, and a lot of people in the Republic think that too. It wouldn't be good. It's like if the United Kingdom got rid of the royal family or got rid of the monarchy, it wouldn't work. We did that already. It didn't go well.
Yeah,
like it really didn't go well. It's entwined with every fabric of society. Like the monarchy is Britain. It is the United Kingdom.
It's a huge symbol. It's not just Britain. It's like, all over the world.
Like people don't understand. Like it's not like. I think especially with the United States, it's like, oh well, why do you need a monarchy? We fought to get rid of it. It's like, well, like you can like your presidency goes back to technically your independence. That's it, maybe 200 so years, 250 years or more. The monarchy itself and Britain as sort of England or the United Kingdom, well, Great Britain, the United Kingdom as a whole, as it was formed, like it goes back over 1,000 years.
Yeah,
that's unheard of within history. Like this is like literally like it's not.
It's been society for millennia,
and it's funny Britain has a constitution in its sense. It's more of a unspoken, unwritten constitution in that sort of sense. Because the Constitution of the United Kingdom was formed over constant reforms over centuries and centuries of new monarchs when came in, and like things would happen, like through Magna Carta, through through the Reformation and through the Civil War, etc., etc., etc. Reforms happened where Parliament controlled the monarchy and the monarchy controlled Parliament, and they were both entwined with each other, though, so none could seize power. That's the whole point. So it's actually
it's their version of checks and balances, like
exactly. So it's actually a much more effective system than say the system the United States has in that sort of sense, because it's much more, it holds each other to account better. Like for example, the United States. So say if the president every week had to go like to Capitol Hill or something and talk to Uncle Sam every week to tell him what he's been doing that week. He's being held to account every week. If you had to do that, I think there'll be sort of being held to account kind of thing. Like the Prime Minister has to go every week to Buckingham Palace, wherever, to speak to the Queen and tell her what he's doing, what she's doing, or whatever, etc., etc. So it's just.
I mean, in the United States, they all think it's elected officials, but it's all actually like the same 6 families of businessmen and people that have been doing it for 200 years that are all super fucking rich. And it's all people that are just willing to play the game, because if you're not willing to play the game and you get into politics, you won't ever get anywhere. It'll kill you.
Yeah, absolutely, Alexi. Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like people say, oh, well, yes, technically she doesn't have any power in that sense, but then again she does. But at the same time, she doesn't, even if not, she doesn't need power. She has soft power, which is far more fucking useful.
Like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, she has so much power. She doesn't have any actual power, but she has so much power through influence.
Like she just has to
Alone.
turn up somewhere,
Yeah.
and it will change policy with an instant. Like through her actions, she stopped Australia becoming independent becoming a republic multiple times.
Yeah.
Because people were like, actually, no, it's actually good having her because she brings a lot of influence and she means a lot to people. And that's just one thing. Like she was able to like bridge gaps between communities, between like she wrote the wrongs of a lot of the past. Like it's not so like reparations or this sort of, but like
Yeah.
legitimately recognizing like things were done wrong. We apologize for that and wrote those wrongs, which is why I do find it frustrating that a lot of say the younger people within native communities around the world don't like her, yet the elders do. It's like because the elders realize actually no, she actually attempted to actually help things.
Yeah.
And she's got nothing to do with what happened with her great grandfathers several hundred years ago. Like she's got nothing to do with that. It's just really really bizarre. And like people don't like she wasn't in line for the throne. That directly I should say. Like
no, her sister was supposed to get it first.
So it was the case of like she would have never come to the throne legitimately until maybe she was in her 50s or so, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Probably more than that, depending on how long Edward would have gone on. She was the oldest, so it would never have been her sister. But like, yes, her father probably would have taken the throne unless Edward ever had children. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things. Like, she went from third in line to immediate in line
to successor. Yeah, to heir apparent.
Yeah, within the space of 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went from third in line to being on the throne in 15 years. That's insane. Actually, less than 15 years. So it's sort of one of those things like she took the throne when she was 25. Who at 25 can say like they've got that much responsibility? Not many people. I fucking don't.
I was shooting children in the face.
Well, we won't talk about your weekend in Detroit.
Hey, is there a Detroit in Afghanistan? Because there should be.
It's all Detroit. It's a shithole.
Hey, no, it's actually a very nice country. It's very nice people for the most part, and they know how to make a mean ass cup of tea.
Honestly, I was watching. I'm trying to remember what his name is now. He does like stuff on the podcast of Lotus Eaters and that, but he went to Afghan recently with the Miles guy who had that whole big thing about him, like over the evacuation from Afghan. So they went back to Afghan and we're literally just like staying at a hotel, going to the local markets, buying fucking AK bayonets, shit like that. It's like this is really bizarre.
It's actually a really, really fucking cool place, and most of the people are chill.
But it's not like the protection forces there now are the Taliban protecting you against ISIS. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, the Taliban does not like ISIS.
And the funny thing is like when they were there, they were at like a checkpoint and they got stopped and they were talking to some of like the guys there. They're like, "Oh, where are you from?" And like trying to understand them and all this sort of stuff. And they're like, "Oh, English." And this Canadian Taliban member came over.
Yeah,
it's like talking to them. It's like, this is really weird.
Yeah, it's. I would go back, like like how like after Vietnam, like a year after Vietnam.
Yeah.
They were like, all you Vietnam vets, if you ever want to come back, we'll welcome back to you with like open arms. I would fucking love to go back to Afghanistan and be like, just be a tourist.
Yeah.
Because the people are genuinely like salt of the earth, so fucking friendly, like the average people are. Like they got caught up in a real shitty situation. They had to do what they had to do to live. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, they're mostly like really good people.
Yeah. Because the funny thing is that they were going around Kabul and they found this place called London Pizza.
Yeah.
It's like, what the
fuck? So Kabul has like, it's not all mud huts in like the third world. Like they have skyscrapers and like radio and television and like
centers and shit like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, like Kabul is like first world. It's way down in the south part of the country where like all of the fighting actually happened. Like the big Taliban strong points were all in the southern areas of the country, all the poor rural parts.
Yeah.
But like Kabul is actually like a first world city. It has shit. It's cool.
Mm.
It has nightclubs. It has radio. It has TV. It has skyscrapers. It has, cars. It has shit. It's
Has
cool.
internet.
Yeah. It's good. It's a cool place.
It's really cool. I'll send you the video itself actually because I watched it earlier. It was actually really, really fucking good. And it was quite funny at some points because their interpreter who was like spoke really, really good English. They got him to try the Freddos, like the Cadbury Freddos.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, these are really, really good. like that.
It's a fucking beautiful country.
That's it, yeah, Lord Miles. That's it, yeah.
Miles Rutledge.
The crazy fucker who was literally in Kabul when it fucking fell and had to be helped out by the SAS to get out.
It's fine. But Afghanistan's a great country. It really is.
Mm.
I mean, I never got to go to Iraq, but Afghanistan is a great country full of genuinely good, friendly people. They're kind of extremist because they're super religious. That whole country is beyond super fucking religious.
I think this is the thing as well. It's strange in the West. When that's what happens when you try to impose Western ideals onto the fucking. Yeah, it doesn't go well. It really
they
doesn't.
Just want to be left alone. You think America would have been well, the Russians lost, the British lost, but we're better than both of them, so somehow it'll work. No.
I don't know. I think the Russians sort of got the thing as, oh no, we've got helicopters and modern artillery and jets and shit. No.
Yeah. The Afghanis have muskets.
Mujahideen for the win.
Yeah, they just want to be left alone. That's it. Here's the thing, the Taliban runs that fucking country now.
Yeah.
But they treat the people pretty
it's
well.
So the signs and shit that are in they're in local dialects and with Taliban flags and Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's
they genuinely treat the people well. The Taliban took over, but they treat the people well because ultimately they just want to be fucking left alone.
Yeah. Oh, the funny thing was they were in a gift shop, in I think the gift shop of the hotel they were staying in, and they were selling Facebook and Twitter aftershave and deodorant.
Yeah.
It's I want to smell like Twitter.
I'll buy some of that just for shits and giggles.
It's what the fuck?
I would buy that for $1 definitely, But I always wanted to buy a sword. That was my thing. But they're you can't ship weapons back. And I'm but it's a sword.
Saying that, they came back to the UK and he had AK bayonets. He had he got a P17 bayonet.
Yeah, that's a knife though.
Yeah, it's a short sword.
I mean, a P17 bayonet's 18 inches long, but
yeah.
But cool I wanted to buy a legit sword. I paid money for a Shamshir.
Yeah, but he got a Taliban Special Forces beret and shit from one of the markets.
I have an ANA Special Forces Colonel M65 jacket that I acquired from the gym after it was hanging there for 3 days. I was I'm taking that.
He spent too long in the shower.
No, well, I was okay, if it's there in a couple days when I come back, I'm taking that. And it was fucking still hanging there when I came back, so I took it.
And then you realize the guy just uses the same shower every day and just puts it there.
No.
He's where's it going?
I asked somebody, and I'm that coat's been hanging there for a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I took it. I have it. It's mine now. It has all the patches on it and everything.
Give me a second.
I can get it if you want to see it. I stole it fair and square.
Oh, will do. Back in sec.
Favorite gas? I only have a couple gas masks. I shouldn't be your favorite gas mask YouTuber. There's probably much better ones out there. Hello, lock bars. So I got all my cool Afghanistan M65. So howdy. How are you doing, lock bars? How was your day yesterday? Did you get to relax a little bit after you got home? Because I hope you did, man. Really do. I hope everything's going okay for you. Gas masks. I have a couple of them off screen. I got a Finnish M61 and a Canadian C4. I wish I had a cool World War I gas mask. That'd be sweet as fuck. Because I love World War I. It's my favorite historical era.
Hey, he's got a jacket on.
That's right. It's the jacket I took. It's got all of these cool patches on it that I can't read because I don't read Farsi.
It has asbestos. What the fuck?
It has They're great. Asbestos is good for you.
I drink that shit with.
I love asbestos. It's great. It doesn't burn. It's good. That's not true. Most old filters don't have asbestos. A lot of the the British World War I gas masks have asbestos.
And it's the blue asbestos as well, which is the really bad shit.
The German stuff doesn't. It doesn't have asbestos in it.
Yeah.
Neither does the Austrian stuff. Neither does the French stuff. The American stuff does, depending on who made it. A lot of basically asbestos goes away in the 30s in gas masks, unless you're Russian.
Yeah, the sort of immediate post-war. Well, actually, up until sort of the 60s, really, with some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like
basically
after the 30s, the only people that had asbestos in their gas masks were Russian. Where did this jacket come from? I acquired this. It is a Afghani contract M65. If you can't tell, it's in the
acquired with perfectly legal means of like.
It was hanging in the gym on Nathan Smith. So Camp Nathan Smith had a ton of ANA Special Forces guys. This used to belong to an officer in the ANA Special Forces. He left it in the gym for a long period of time. He either went away, he got killed, he did whatever. It was hanging there for like a month. So I took it, and it had these patches on it. Not this. This is the Taliban flag. I put that on there. But it had this. This is the Special Forces Commando ANA patch. And then it has the standard ANA patch. And then this is the ANA Army patch. So it's cool that I got all this shit. And it's like unissued, basically. It's like brand fucking new. So I love it. It's actually a really good coat. I'd wear it out a lot if Americans weren't so racist. Because it's actually like a genuinely like nice, really good coat. So
why are you not wearing your Woodland 85 and your
I wear my regular Woodland M65 all the fucking time. That's my normal like go-to winter coat. So
no, shit.
Did you spill more champagne?
Thankfully, only like a teaspoon. Fuck.
You gotta stop spilling fucking wine. Prosecco, now champagne.
Oh god, it's one of those days.
Jesus
Honestly,
Christ! I am damn near drunk. I've been drinking all day and I haven't spilled fuck all yet.
Shut up.
Dropped my medals again, huh? If I did that, the floor would fall. So
You got your Order of the Garter medal you put on like on your chest.
no, my Victoria Cross though kind of gets in the way of shit.
Oh yeah, you got one.
I actually have one. It's not mine, but I have one.
Yeah.
So
It's the unmarked one, isn't it?
well, I have one from some guy. It's an actual Victoria Cross. It's just not engraved. It's an actual one. It's just not engraved yet. So
Where the fuck is that? What's that?
oh yeah, there Alvin's doing it right. It's fucking like 5 p.m. and he's like, I just drank a shit ton of coffee. Now my heart hurts.
Where is? Oh, there's that.
There you go. Put your coat on. It's cold.
So 2 para.
I can't tell. It's just a black square on screen. There you go. Blue. There you go.
Yeah. Nice knitted cups.
The knit cups are terrible.
Oh,
Why could you guys just be like the Canadians and have regular cups?
Because they're not wimpy fucks who don't like wool.
Hey, we burned the White House down.
You wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for our navy.
Oh yes, because there's a huge ocean between Canada and Washington D.C.
It was a long drive.
Oh yeah, that's fair. We got ships that go on land now in the 1800s.
Yeah. They look like horses, but we don't call them that.
They look like horses, but we just call them the HMS Walk.
The HMS Nene.
That's right. The HMS sure eats a fucking lot.
The
All
HMS
right.
while it stands.
Yeah, the HMS shit while it stands. All right. I'm going to go pour a shot because that's traditionally what I do towards the end of the streams. Just
Okay.
to tip myself over that edge. And we'll go for just a bit more. And then I'm going to go to bed.
And I'm going to get another sausage roll, maybe.
2 sausage rolls, Jake? Come on now.
2, that's an easy. Like, I can go through a whole, like, I'm going to have because Greg's do like 4 packs you can get as well. So I can go through one of them easily and like usually sit in and then have room for more.
Dude, I eat like 200 calories a day.
How are you
and burn like 4,000?
Yeah, you eat 200 calories, but you drink 4,000.
I mean, to be fair, I've probably had like 700 calories in just beer today. So
more than fucking that, mate.
But I also ran like 4 miles and did like 100 pull-ups.
How much is in this? Let's see. If it says.
You got almost a glass left. It doesn't say. Most alcohol, it doesn't tell you.
Oh, no, it does. Here we go. 74 calories per serving.
Yeah, but how many servings are in that bottle? Like 10?
It depends how big the glass is, I guess. The whole bottle.
Jeez. 74 calories per serving. 40 servings per bottle. Yeah.
It is lovely. Yeah.
All right. I'm not trying to be like incredibly Soviet because a lot of you know that I'm half Russian, but like vodka.
Oh yes, your tangerine or whatever vodka.
My naturally tangerine vodka. And my shot glass that I got from my good friend's wedding that says there's too much blood in my alcohol system. Which is fitting because he bought me that back when I used to live off of Everclear and Tang.
And you're a marvel to medicine that your liver is still living.
Hey, I'm gonna outlive everybody. I've said for years the only thing that's gonna kill me is me.
But no, the drink will kill you. You get hit by a Guinness truck.
I mean, we don't really have those here, but I'll take it. If it's an option, I'll take it. So, but like, were you one of those guys? So like, I literally took an AK round and I carved my name on it because I was like, I have the bullet with my name on it. You know, like I have it somewhere around here still. Like I legitimately have the old fucking like Soviet
That's like
7.62 by 39 round.
Blackadder shit. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's where I got it from, and I literally
Get
took
hit
it. And
by
I
it.
was like, I can't die. I have the bullet with my name on it because it's right here. I have it. So
What are you carving? I'm carving Devon, sir.
yeah, yep, it's mine. I can't be killed with it because I have the bullet with my name on it, and it worked. I lived. So
Oh, I love that bit so much.
it's so tangerine and so fresh. It reminds me of Everclear Tang.
It's like the sort of. There's a blood orange one. Actually, you can actually get blood orange cider. It's
No, I wanted
really-
it to taste like apples and sadness.
It's actually really fucking good. Like
Okay,
really
so
good.
if my alcohol doesn't taste like sadness, I don't want it. That's the primary flavor I want when I buy alcohol is sadness.
There's the Mandarin gin, which is kind of nice. Actually, what was the one I had for?
I bought one of the Tanqueray Sevilla orange ones. So
That's it. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's the Villa Orange. Yeah, sorry.
that's really, really
Um,
good, actually. That's really, really good.
There was one. I got it for like Christmas one year. I can't even remember what it was now. That was really, really fucking good. Oh, that's right. It was Jaffa Cake Gin.
Ish.
It was fucking good because it smelled so
Ish.
nice. It smelled
Ish.
so good.
Yuck. This smells just like Everclear Tang now. It smells like nail polish remover with a hint of orange.
Oh god! Wait until someone snatches that round off you. God.
They can get it over my cold dead body.
Yeah. Let's.
They gotta get
this.
yuck. Curry sauce.
Mm.
I do like HP sauce a lot, though.
So good.
I do like HP sauce. I will give you that.
All right, let's have a look in here. What's in there? Oh yeah, I forgot to put loads of these in, didn't I? Do you want a where is it? Edward VII, 1 penny.
1 pfennig.
Oh no, what's it doing? There you go. There you go.
Damn, that's old. Damn.
Where's that fucking Lenin?
It does look like Lenin. It looks a shit ton like Lenin.
What's the date on that one? That is 1907. On that one.
Damn.
Seems like a thing with your live streams now. We keep ending it with looking at coins.
Well, I mean, to be fair, money does make the world go round.
That's a cool one. That is 1928 East Africa coin. It's 10 cents.
A 10-cent coin.
Yeah, that's really, really cool for East Africa. So it's got like George V on it. Australia, 1952.
Nobody cares about Australia.
It's got a kangaroo on it though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's all they're known for. That and losing a war to birds.
And it was the last one of these sort of things because it's 1952 and it's still got the king on it.
But, like, they lost a war to birds that can't even fly.
They're vicious things, you know, they're vicious.
They had machine guns, and they lost a war to birds that can't even fly.
This one is literally 1900. So Queen Victoria.
Oh, I love Queen Victoria. She's my favoriteest queen. That's why I want to buy a Snyder so bad, because those were made under her reign.
Did you like my video of that then?
Dude, I want a Snyder fucking so bad. So fucking bad. I want a Snyder. It's one of my dream guns. So.
Yeah. I was having a good play around it because the guy who he was buying that one, the friend of mine, he was buying that one. He's also buying a number 5. I was like, do you want me to double check it's a number 5 for you? He was like, yeah, okay. So I just removed the handguard and everything. I was like, yeah, no, you're good. It's got the lightning cuts, you're fine.
Yep, good. Because otherwise, yeah, because a shit ton of those, they just took number 4s and cut them down.
Yeah, they just
Which-
cut them down. Oh, they'll hollow out the bolt handle and all that sort of stuff. It's like, well, take the top handguard off. If it's got lightning cuts at like the beginning of the breech and everything, you're fine.
But
If
the
it hasn't-
shitty thing is that the ones that are cut down number 4s are actually like better because the harmonics are better because they didn't put all the fucking lightning cuts in them.
Yeah, because it doesn't have that.
So they're
weird-
actually like better guns because
Mm.
they're like remade guns.
So I want true, authentic shittiness.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, what's this
You
one?
want all of those like as it heats up, the fucking point of impact changes.
Well, that's a cool one. That was 1919. It's a Australian one as well. Commonwealth of Australia, 1 penny. It's fucking massive.
Well, yeah, Australia. They don't got anything going for them. Well,
Like-
shot number 2 because I guess we're gonna go to the bathroom tonight. We're gonna sleep in the bathroom tonight.
Oh, that's cool. What's that? It's half penny, 1944.
44.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit.
It's got a shit. Well, of course it does. Britain.
It's like Blue Peter.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. We're cutting it off at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Final questions. Go. Lightning round. Go.
Where do babies come from, Devin?
All right. Well, that's gonna take a couple minutes to explain.
Yeah.
But like I've done this before. I know 2 people that are very, very close to me have gotten abortions, so I can explain this. Oh, trust me, it's a thing. My life is in shambles. But not my kid either time, but
It
me
gets
having
better, I
to
promise.
not my kid either time, but had to deal with it. So yes,
That's fun.
great. Stream tomorrow, maybe. I have stuff to do tomorrow, but I also got to like exercise. I got to do more pull-ups because if I'm gonna pass the U.S. Special Forces courses, I got to be like in shape, I guess.
I will be Delta Force if it's the last thing I do.
Well, maybe. It's the only thing I've ever been good at, so I might as well be the best at it.
Do you want a 10 cents coin from Hong Kong from 1950?
Is it Canadian?
It's Hong Kong.
Is that Canada?
It's the Canada of the Orient.
I thought that was New Zealand. But babies just happen. Not really. Babies don't just happen. You got to make a lot of poor ass fucking decisions to have a kid.
No, the stork brings them to your house, don't they?
Right. If that was the case, there's a reason I own a shotgun.
Oh, that's a cool one, actually. What's that one? That one is... Do you want 1 farthing?
Jesus Christ. 1 farthing. They don't even have penny.
So
It's
that
a
is-
farthing.
That's a farthing from... I don't know, what the fuck is a farthing? Like,
It's a cent.
from 19... Oh, God, what does that even say? What year is that? Oh, 1944.
A farthing. Yeah, it's basically a cent. It's just another way of saying cent.
What like a farthing?
So like some states back when all the states like in the 13 colonies had their own fucking money, some of
Yeah.
them would use cents and some of them would use farthings.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were like state of the art because when they would go and like print the money, they would take like a leaf,
Yeah.
which is like uncopyable because every leaf is like unique. It's like a fingerprint, and they would transfer that onto like the money,
Yeah.
and they would use the same leaf like over and over and over again to like print the money. And since you could never like have a leaf that was close enough to that one to be able to pass counterfeit money off, that's thanks to Benjamin Franklin, who was never a president, but somehow he's on the $100 bill.
Yeah. Oh dear, I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
But no, I honestly, like, with the coins in it, like, as I said, like the stream the other day, and I think as I said to you before, like I don't even think my mum's uncle or whatever it is, or a great uncle, literally
Yeah.
went around the world and like the sort of just like multiple times, just collecting shit tons of currency. Like,
I
and
mean, that's
filling
what I do.
like filling like the
Yeah, film canisters. Yeah,
the film canisters. It's a great way to keep them.
but like I don't think you've ever been to a country if you haven't talked to a local and you haven't had an actual like authentic meal and you don't have any money, you haven't actually been there.
Exactly.
So,
Oh dear.
I mean, that's fair. Man ate that fucking lightning bolt like a champ when he flew that kite during that thunderstorm.
Wait, what?
That's how like Benjamin Franklin like discovered electricity.
right.
He's like, I'm gonna take this wire and attach it to this kite during this lightning storm, and he got fucking absolutely rocked by that fucking thunderstorm. And he's like, oh my god, that shit sucks, but it's electricity. Yeah,
I've had an idea.
yeah. He's like, I just got fucking tased by 50,000 volts of God juice. You know, and he's like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
This shit sucks. I see why all these houses catch on fire.
Why can I taste my skull?
Yeah, pretty much. Why does everything taste like copper? But fucking the founding fathers. You should not. Okay, Americans got to stop worshiping the founding fathers. They were all dumb as fuck. You have no idea.
They were crazy. The thing is, like people don't know. So, like they were, most of them were in their like 20s. It's like,
Yeah. So
That-
Alexander Hamilton got shot by Aaron Burr over bullshit. Over nothing. It was all rumors. And these two founding fathers killed each other in a duel. America,
It's just
that's
like,
America for you.
people have this sort of like sense of like, oh, they were like old white men in like their like 50s.
Oh,
or
they're
whatever.
so wise. No, they're like 18, 20-year-olds that didn't
You
know
know,
what
like
the fuck was going on.
John Hancock was what, like 23 or something like that when they
Yeah.
signed the Declaration. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, it was so the oldest one was Benjamin Franklin, and he was like in his 40s.
Yeah.
So
it is a bit crazy.
it's awful. Like, people should not look up to those people. They were not smart. And I tell people that all the time. I'm like, you think they wrote this like all-knowing God piece of paper that like is rules for all your life? And I'm like, no, that's like asking a college student on like what we should do for existence. Why would you ever do that? That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. That is terrible.
That's why
So-
Greta Thunberg, we should never listen to her.
That's why we should put the queen back on the money and get the red tunics and the brown besses out of the armory.
We really missed a chance between 1860 and 1865. We really, really did.
Could have did it. Could have helped the fucking South, and it would have been over right then.
Well, not just it helping the South, just helping ourselves.
Yes and yes.
Like, we can't say we like slavery, but we want to fuck the North over. But we could fuck the South over.
We
doing
can't
it.
say we like slavery, but we like shit and not having to pay for it. Like labor costs, the number one thing. So,
Oh,
God.
dear.
They tried to start their own monarchy, and George Washington was like, I don't want to be a king. They literally asked George Washington to be king after the revolution. He's like, nah, I really don't want to do that.
I don't know. The thing is, like,
like, I'll settle for being on the quarter and the $1 bill. Thank you.
it's like we want representation in Parliament. So, well, like your new president started the war, started the French and Indian Wars. Like, you made your own thing there. You technically started this war, so you can pay for it.
I mean,
Like-
and they also started like the whole French Revolution and all the Napoleonic stuff because they didn't want to pay any of their money back from France, like literally saving them.
Yeah, that's sort of the main thing. Is like, oh, where we fought against the monarchy. Yeah, with the help of two other monarchies.
Yeah, that bankrupted them
Yeah,
to do so, and then you decided to not pay them back, and that's why Napoleon fucking bodied all of Europe.
the They've got. I think America's got a habit of not paying people back, yet they demand everyone.
America has a habit of fucking everyone over. They fuck
Yeah.
themselves over when they can.
So like, oh, we didn't pay back France or Spain for helping us in our revolution, but we want your money back for helping you during World War I and World War II. It's like, we hold on off on that for a bit.
Yeah. What do you
I
do?
don't know.
It's
It's
America.
crazy.
It's America.
It is crazy.
It's what they're good at.
I do find it hilarious that, like, when some people say like, "Oh, America fought it on their own" or something. It's like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Do you know what the most common musket used by the Americans in the American Revolution was?
Brown Besson, French, whatever.
No, the 1766 Charleville,
Yeah.
made in the Paris Armory.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a very American thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's like,
goodness.
they're all Minutemen with Kentucky long rifles. No, they're fucking not.
Oh, you know the guy that trained all the regulars? You know what his name was?
It was a French guy.
Rochambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say his whole name because it's like I don't have half an hour. But like,
It's like that Welsh town.
yeah. But like, yeah. The only reason the Americans were good at fighting is they got French fucking equipment, a French fucking embargo to combat the British fucking Navy, and like French army training.
Yeah. And the fact is, like, the British were more occupied by fighting the French and Spanish elsewhere because of it. Like, we were fighting in Spain.
They sent like next to nobody to America, and they didn't need to because the Americans didn't have anything.
Yeah. And it was like there was the longest siege of Gibraltar was during the War of Independence.
Yeah.
Like we were fighting against the French and Spanish in India during the War of Independence.
Yeah.
Because that's where we were as well. Like we were everywhere. And
typical Americans. Let's fight the worst of whoever our opponent is and say we fucking won big.
Yeah. No, you fought less than a fifth of the British Army at that point.
Yeah.
Like less than a fifth.
A country known for their navy, and you fought less than a fifth of their army, and consider like you fucking won big.
And then during the War of Independence, we had the USS Constitution. Yeah, that fought what? One engagement or two?
Because the British had actually like a shit ton of better ships than the USS Constitution. They just weren't there.
Yeah, like they fought like a small frigate. Like,
yeah,
what fucking do?
If you went up against like a British ship of the line with like 100 guns on one side of the ship, you would have been fucked.
You fought like a one-on-one frigate engagement. Whoop-de fucking do. This isn't Trafalgar.
Yeah, like a British ship of the line had like 200 fucking cannons on it. It would have bodied the US Constitution.
Like the frigates have like maybe a few 32 pounders. Like most of them are 12 pounders or 18 pounders. Like ships of the line have multiple 24, 38 pound. Like
they have like 100 fucking cannons per side of the ship.
Yeah. Like this is like an American Navy at the time of say the Battle of the Nile would never have stood up to a British Royal Navy, let alone the French Navy. Like
You try explaining it to him though, and Americans are so brainwashed because America's a cult. It is. I tell people all the time, like America's a cult. It really is.
Yeah, exactly. As like Dan said as well. Like during the War of 1812, we were fighting on the continent against Napoleon at the time. We had bigger priorities than a small fucking shit festival.
We like getting cotton and tobacco from America. That's great. We also can get that from other places in our empire. We really don't care.
Like we literally moved tea plantations from China to India.
Yeah.
Like India was not native. Sorry, tea was not native to India until we brought it there.
Yeah, it's. Hey, Americans are the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. We're fucking God's gift to this earth.
It's just crazy. It's like, but no, the whole USS Constitution thing is just like, it really is like
none of it. It's all fucking hammed up, talked up, fucking bullshit. That's all America's history is.
Like, USS Constitution took on frigate-sized commerce raiders. That's literally what it did. That's all it was good for. Like it wouldn't have survived in a fleet action. It really wouldn't have,
No.
because it got blown the fuck apart. Like
It
it
would have
doesn't.
disintegrated.
It's got iron sides. Great, because when you've got a ship of the line which can shoot down onto your fucking deck because it's taller than you,
and has 4 times the guns.
yeah, and it's, even though it's not got iron sides, its oak fucking wood walls are thicker than your fucking iron.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they called it Old Ironsides because it was made out of like spongy wood, so it would bounce.
yeah,
It wasn't actually iron.
yeah, and it's like they were being attacked by small caliber frigates.
Yeah.
It's not the same as facing like a Victory, or so like even like the massive Spanish fucking ships.
The huge galleons. Yeah, they would have
the,
big capital ship would have fucked
Yeah.
the USS
like
Constitution.
the fucking Trinidad. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that thing was the largest ship in the world at that point by Trafalgar, which we sunk, by the way. So it's just one of those sort of things. It's like, I think a lot of things with, say, especially American, like, not saying that like all of it's bad, but a lot of it is sort of like, it's so turned up with mythology in the way of like, with like the whole Paul Revere shit, Constitution, the crossing of the Delaware. It's just,
it's all made up basically to make America look good. It's all occult propaganda. It's all propaganda.
It's I don't know. It's like, oh, we beat you to get our independence. Like, no, like we fought three.
Yeah,
we fought
it's like
nation and 2 superpowers.
Yeah, it's like we literally just stopped giving a shit about you. That's why you won.
Like, the war lost a lot of support in the House of the Parliament very quickly because they saw it as a civil war. They didn't see it as like a war against what? No, they saw it as a civil war. Because up until that point, you were British citizens.
Yeah.
And they still saw it as that. They didn't want to fight this war because they'd already fought a civil war less than 100 years prior. They didn't want another one. They didn't want this to spill over into anywhere else, including the United Kingdom. They already had enough shit with dealing with Ireland. They'd just come out of a war which had basically bankrupted them because they were fighting on every single continent in the world. We were fighting in the Americas. We were fighting in the Caribbean. We were fighting in Africa. We were fighting in India. We were fighting in Europe.
Yep.
It doesn't really work when you've got the colony that goes, oh, we're not paying, even though they're responsible for half the fucking conflict.
I tell people that all the time.
Like,
I tell people it all the time. I don't make the rules, but like history, so like everyone else in the world teaches history different than America does.
All of the French and Indian Wars, the whole rest of the world knows it as a 7 years war.
Yeah.
Technically it was 9 years, but still, like, with some of the most major land battles in Europe, where we were present, and also we were fighting in every single continent, and also fighting major actions against the French and Spanish in the colonies. It wasn't an easy fight. We were losing for the start of the first part of the war because we were outnumbered in the colonies. And actually, as well, like, we gained our independence. Well, actually, the native population was actually under better management under the British than, say, the Americans as well.
Yeah.
Because up until then, we had treaties with the Native Americans to say, we're not going to fucking kick the shit out of you. And
the Americans were like, we're taking that.
Yeah, like, oh no, we don't have to listen to these treaties anymore because we're not the British. Oh no, let's completely take over these reservations which have been in place for since the land. yeah.
We don't talk about how the North Americans treated the natives. That's a very sore subject here about all the murder we did. Okay, so shh. But now we're 15 minutes over, so it's time to say our goodbyes. I gotta go to bed because I gotta work tomorrow.
Oh God.
So
the last comment was quite funny.
It was quite funny. But I can't. Here's the thing. I'm sorry, America's wrong. Not my problem. They could deal with it. All right. So they're the ones who are desperate to get me. I don't need them. They need me. So
Thing is, like when like we get a lot of flack from say the United States. Like, well, we were fighting and winning wars before you were in a fucking country. So
here's the thing. I tell people all the time. I'm like, if France and Spain were not a part of the revolution, America would have lost
a few months.
Yeah.
That.
There's no way. There's not a hamster's chance in a fucking blender that America was going to hold up against the British Empire.
Yeah. If France and Spain had never joined, Washington would have been forced out of command.
Yeah.
Because he was losing battles frequently up until that point. And a lot of the battles, any he did win, were highly costly for the continental.
He didn't have the resources or the manpower or anything to back it up.
And
it was not physically possible to do it without aid. So,
and there's this sort of whole thing of the British were sort of like all lining up and this whole sort of like Minutemen stuff. It's like, no, the British have been using light infantry tactics since the start of the 1700s.
Yeah,
they've been using light infantry tactics, as is most every other continent, every other European army, because they knew it was effective. Like we had light infantry before the American War of Independence.
Yep.
We used it in the 7 Years' War and the War of the Spanish Succession, etc. It's not difficult.
The Americans got bodied at almost every battle. That's the thing. They lost hand over fist almost every battle. So.
Yeah, it's one of the things. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, everybody, sorry that America sucks. Sorry you've been brainwashed.
Glory to the Commonwealth.
I'm sorry you've all been brainwashed, but
Kanzik will rise again.
Fair. Yeah, pretty much. So, all right. Well, on that note, I'm going to bed, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you all for stopping by. There will be more to come because I don't have to work until Thursday after tomorrow. So hopefully a new job goes well. So thank you all. I'll see you all here. It should be pretty easy. It's stuff I've all done before. I just really didn't want to have to do it again.
Yeah.
So,
but at least you went